just to kick things off, zoom over to Scalodius.
Hello.
Hello. Look at me. And she does like the hair flip and like the silvery sparkles kind of just whoosh into the air. Look, I'm young again, kind of. But yay!
Well, smiles and nods.
she does like the hands up in the air, slow twirling spin, like yay!
This might take some getting used to.
Shit, I know, right? Thorgrim just looking at Ovi, like being more spry and chipper than she's ever been. Like, this is weird.
Well, not just that, but I've been traveling with her for a long time, so this is definitely different.
Yeah. And then Elvie just sort of stops. Though I have to wonder. Like, immediately just, like, swapping back to her usual self. Just going, That girl, though. I wonder how she got all of that time-manipulating paraphernalia. I'm a little bit concerned. Actually, I'm very concerned.
Didn't she explain?
Well, I have to admit, her explanation was, like the rest of her, quite, shall we say, disjointed.
So
I think it'd be more unique.
I'm sorry, what?
Or to say, I think it's more unique than anything.
That's another word for it.
Yes. It was difficult to follow, let's say. There was a... then again, time shenanigery is difficult to follow as it is, so I suppose that's quite accurate.
I know I'm not usually one for details, but that felt like a lot of details were missing.
I assume.
I mean, time is odd, so it might be probably something weird to explain.
Yes. She probably doesn't even remember half of the stuff that she went through, so how can she explain it to us?
Huh.
Curiouser and curiouser. Your fairy dragon was adorable.
It was lovely.
I have not seen one in many a year. They're native to the Feywild, you know.
I had a feeling she might be as well.
I would not be surprised at all, actually.
Would explain the, how'd you say it, disjointed nature?
Indeed. The Feywild is, well, wild. And Fey-like.
I mean, she did say that they make gold chairs and everything like that naturally, so...
Yes. Pretty much everything that you can think of is the absolute reverse in the Feywild.
As the tiefling said earlier, cold iron to them is somewhat dangerous and probably rarer in their place. To them, gold is just a common material.
Which is baffling to me, to say the least. And George, and then Elvie will sort of just blink and do like the Metal Gear Solid, and then slowly turn to George. Cold iron, you said. Kind of just like eyeing all of his weapons.
What?
Do you happen to have any... Yeah, that exactly. Do you happen to have any of your many weapons... Do any of them happen to have an edge of cold iron?
Can't say that I particularly checked. We'll first someone out the twin blades and see if they have a cold iron edge to it.
They do not appear to.
Okay. He'll then pull out his dad's sword to see if the dad has one.
Does not appear to.
Because I could have sworn George did pick up a cold iron weapon at one point.
Well, deal. The weapon he picked up was dealt extra damage to demons.
So dark steel.
Cold irons for devils, yeah?
Cold iron would be more for Fey creatures, since Fey are weak to iron.
Fair. Okay.
Actually, I've never taken a quite good look at my own weapons. Still, he says, looking at Mana Leech for a moment.
You're not sure what it's made of, but it's made of something.
It's made of pointy.
He'll then look up. It's like, I have no idea what this is made of.
Sword is made of sword.
Exactly.
And this is made of boulder. Yeah, holds out a Scalboulder.
This sword is made of boulder.
To be fair, I don't think it's ever occurred to him to check the sword part of a Scalboulder and see what it's made of.
Made of metal of some sort.
It would be funny if it was like it was actually a legendary sword outside the boulder, but you know, it's stuck, so it's boulder.
Wait a second. I just realized something. And Thorgrim kind of like slowly just narrows his eyes looking up at Scalodius.
Hmm?
You have a sword that has a rock attached to it.
Yes.
I love rocks. I tried to learn to speak to rocks.
I believe it's a boulder, but
Well, a boulder is a type of rock, just really, really big.
what material is my boulder made of? He points boulder to Thorgrim non-threateningly.
Rock?
Fascinating.
Yes. Your rock is made of rock. Your sword is made of sword. But your sword is in the rock, so it's a rock sword. Or sword rock.
Sword rock. Srock.
Lord. Nah, that doesn't sound right.
Even young LV's probably feeling brain cells dying at this exchange.
Yeah, exactly. She's kind of like looking at the two of you. It's kind of like, you know, in the cartoons when there's a crowd watching a tennis match, and she's kind of like looking left to right, to left to right. And then just sort of goes, you know what? I only really just noticed this. You two are weird. And then she walks away. And Thorgrim just like looks, watches her leave and goes, what the fuck was that?
Well, that was rude.
Remember when she said that she had like a, I don't know, impetuous jokester side?
That felt less jokester and more. I don't know what the word for it is.
Well, I mean, she did say she ruffled a few feathers in her younger days, so.
It just kind of felt mean.
I'm sure she didn't mean it.
So anyway, about the swak.
Yes. Srock. Srock.
The conversation starts to devolve as
It's like rock, sword.
I was about to say Charlie. I was about to say Charlie, but that's not right. George is stuck with these two dum-dums.
Yeah.
Having this conversation.
At least he's not caught between them.
Yeah, that would suck. He's just exerting parts of the singularity when they're not all together.
Yeah.
Sword, dragon, rock, sword.
Sword, rock, dwarf. Sword. Yeah.
This went on for several hours.
Yeah, exactly. A few hours later.
Eventually he'll just step away and head to the rest of the group.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, getting too long.
The singularity has repelled another.
And I will give the same orders to Pompey to keep an eye out on the top of the middle mast, the crow's nest in the middle.
Meanwhile,
Back at the ranch. I mean, what?
Legion of Doom.
thank you for. I'm glad someone understood that.
At
And
the
now
evil
that's another
Holy One.
soundbite I gotta add to the thing.
Hale is still leaning against the banister, just watching the ocean.
Nice.
Yes, baby.
Copper for your thoughts, my lady.
You think that is what my thoughts are worth?
It's just an expression.
I am aware. I have a lot of things on my mind.
Clearly.
Yes.
Ah. Do you want to discuss any of it? Or am I just gonna watch you brood?
I'm not brooding. I'm just thinking. It is just our adventure thus far and what we will be facing, I suppose.
Yeah. Remember when we started out and it was just gonna be a carriage and a assignment to keep an eye on a kingdom, and it turned into this?
Yes. We went from fighting a cult of people that worship beings that ate realms to fighting a sadist, sadomasochist potentially, who is almost immortal, who has existed potentially since the beginning of time, that wants to end the entirety of existence.
Not to mention the fact that we went from a kingdom to alternate dimensions that have many similarity to ours, yet finding alternate versions of ourselves multiple times. And now we're on our way to find a Lich's weakness. And the last part is the more normal thing about it.
Yes.
Only imagine what's going on in our homelands.
Can I ask both of you a question?
Oh, hello.
Sorry for interrupting, my dear. I just, hearing your conversation, I couldn't help but overhear, and I do have a question. It's not something you have to answer. It's not of grave importance or anything, but I was just curious.
Yes.
Ask away.
We were once two separate groups that became one group. We all know our group, Scalodius, Beastie, and myself. We know why we met and how we met. How did you all meet?
The machinations of an eccentric king.
Ooh, do tell.
I believe you've met him already.
Yes. It was some sort of contest. I don't even remember what the specifics are anymore. But over the course of it,
I believe he was gathering adventurers for contest, but in reality, he was gathering adventurers to protect the realm and kind of weed out who was capable and who probably needed more time.
I'm not even sure he was thinking that far ahead, to be honest.
I assume
Give the man some credit. He's not Charlie.
You're speaking of that Nilo chap, yes?
Yes.
Yes, him.
He did seem very... Not in the same vein as Charlie, of course, but he did seem a little bit on the the feeling rather than thinking. Which, on one end, I mean, I'm not criticizing his methods or anything, he does not seem...
He lets his heart lead his people rather than his mind, but that does not mean he's not capable of thinking.
Absolutely. You need charisma, if perhaps even more than you need intelligence, because you can form strategies all you want, but if you can't have the charisma to lead the people, then what's the point?
Find that out of character. I find that safe and ironic, considering Nilo was mostly a wisdom-based character.
Oh yeah, because he was a paladin, right?
No, he was a cleric.
Oh right, cleric, not
That's
paladin.
even funnier.
He was a cleric raised by a paladin order.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
So you technically did. He had a little bit of charisma, but not that much actually.
that's fair. Yeah, no. Well, sometimes you need to be wise too. Um,
All right, back in game. Yeah,
Curious.
It's a straight. He takes a unique approach to his rule, yet his people don't seem to mind.
It is because well, he is a king for a reason, and has been a king for a reason for many decades.
he seems to have quite the personable uh, personality, which is a good start. And he seems to at least have enough of a head on his shoulders to know which way is up. So that's a plus.
Yes.
So I've heard of some monarchs ruling with fear, but he is definitely not doing that.
Of course not.
I don't think he has the heart to do that.
He seems like the type that would be upset for yelling at a child if he was frustrated.
But felt flashback to times he was yelling at the top of his lungs and beat the holy hell out of people.
Hey, they did specifically say child.
Fair.
Yes. Adults, on the other, yeah, I mean, some adults deserve it. Yes.
I believe he would be the type to try to be a more diplomatic approach.
Yes, he does.
Again,
not
cut
seem-
to times where he just had enough and bust his way in things.
Well, I mean, everyone has a, has a fuse, and if it runs out, well, fuck them out, fuck them all, I guess.
Still, I can't imagine him going behind somebody's back. Again, cut to times he's actually snuck around and pretended to be a villain one time.
I do wish I was in the right state of mind to have not been a complete bitch when I first met him. So,
Oh, you're fine. Probably would have been really bad if you did it in his home realm, but
I suppose.
less about him and probably more about his family.
Yes.
His daughter is very, very imposing.
He's still grin
Sure,
and
his
rest
wife
her
is-
hands on her hips. I almost beat him.
I believe he was holding back.
Me was holding back too. Me was blind.
Man was known for taking down a fully ancient dragon.
So,
By himself.
I could do
Well,
that
with
too.
the legendary heroes, but he did land the final blow.
Oh.
I thought it was
With
Logan
a-
that
with-
did the final
with a-
blow, says Adel.
I believe there are many versions of the story where each of the heroes is said to have landed the final blow.
Dad,
Eh?
who put the final blow on that dragon guy you fought?
Definitely Logan, Charlie, Nilo, or myself.
Very helpful, Dad.
You're welcome.
You don't remember, do you?
I don't care enough to remember.
Well, the point is, they all banded together to defeat a great evil.
Was the start of the beginning of his kingdom, I believe.
And we must band together to defeat a great evil of our own.
Yes.
Then we make Adelsarday queen. Jubilee says, like, doing shit hickey ass hands over to.
Queen.
Well, I mean, someone's got to do the royal part, right? You're the only one with experience.
I suppose so.
I'm kidding.
Well, the future's not set in stone yet, so who knows?
But nothing says we actually have to follow up on the original heroes.
We will see how it goes.
There's no possible way we would be able to exactly duplicate the legend of the great heroes of the past. And
God, I hope not. I don't want to face a dragon that size.
that should be the point. We should be carving our own legend in our own way. Instead, we're going to fight a giant space clam thing, I guess? Or was the clam the good one?
I don't even know if there is a good one anymore.
I don't remember. It's quite a convoluted story.
He's the old thing for a bit. I think we could beat a giant dragon. Then she thinks a bit more. We did beat a giant dragon.
I was gonna say we did beat one.
We did. One of the first dragons, if I'm not mistaken. And then another look towards George, and Elby just goes, just how strong is your mother, by the way? Because that was ridiculous.
I'm not sure. I've never seen her go all out. I don't even think she went all out when she was fighting us.
I don't think I'd want to ever see that, because if that's only a portion of her power, I shudder to think of what the rest of it is like.
Personally, if I were to assume it'd be less her power and more what she's capable of giving out. Especially with her indentured servants, I don't even know who half her indentured servants are.
Dudes.
Indentured spirits are. And if they're anything like that dragon, she could have numerous powerful allies under her.
She could have an entire flight of indentured spirit dragons.
Especially with how long she's been around, she's had to mate her fair share of individuals.
And you are her only child, yes?
Would George know this?
You are her only child.
Yes, I am.
You're very lucky.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Can I ask why you saying that?
Well, she is a incredibly powerful archangel that has many indentured spirits as servants, including one of the very first dragons to have ever existed. And she clearly loves you more than anything else in the world.
I mean, yeah, I guess when you put it like that, I am pretty lucky.
Yes. I would say extremely. I'm not going to dictate your actions. Your actions are your own, but if I were you, I would most certainly, in the near future, tell your mother thank you.
I don't think I will. Mommy didn't buy me a Lamborghini.
What?
She didn't get me my own carriage, so no.
And before a Lamborghini just drops from the sky and lands beside George.
Maybe next time we're in Haven, I'll tell her that. I'm just curious what my dad will think if you were able to see me now.
I'm sure he would be very proud of you.
What a spoiled brat.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Jesus.
Sorry. Playing Pokemon, that's different. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Totally not in relation to...
Yeah.
My god fucking damn.
Ah, damn!
And you notice that while all these talking, every now and then she looks over her shoulder behind her because there's a goblin behind her, and he has a tendency to, pull nails out of tables and other things like that.
He is actually presently gnawing on the banister.
Because he's tied to it.
Oh, this will keep him occupied.
Right, I forgot about that. Good job on Captain Montague.
Never mind. I actually need to find my parents at some point.
What do you mean?
Right.
Didn't we meet your father?
Well, my biological family.
Oh.
Yes, that was merely his foster father.
Yeah, while we were at the library, I managed to find out the names of my parents. So
Are they
Everyone
still...
here has daddy issues.
Excuse you?
Sorry, intrusive thought came into the player's head.
I do not have father issues.
That was player speaking.
Oh.
Like I said, intrusive thought then entered the player's head.
Alright. Is your father still alive?
I'd like to assume so. Even if not, I'd like to at least know what happened to them. Last thing I remember reading in the book was that when Supreme was capturing everyone, we got separated.
Supreme would probably know where he is, but he's not really speaking to me at the minute.
I mean, aren't you able to kind of see people?
He knows when I'm scrying him and he... how to put it? Disables it.
She also can't do it to people she doesn't know.
Oh,
Yes, I don't know your father, unfortunately.
We would need a name and an image of him.
I have a name at least.
That's only half of it, unfortunately.
Did the book have pictures?
I don't think so.
I see. Don't worry not. We will find him.
Meanwhile, in the background, the other side of the ship, dwarf, 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 rock, 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 sword, 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 dragon, 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 sword, 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 dwarf, dwarf, dwarf. Rah, 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 rah. My God, they're still going.
Well, they are talking about a topic which is of interest.
Yes. I just think complete sentences would be more interesting, but never mind. I'm questioning the singularity.
Communication is only necessary for those that understand what I'm saying.
Well, luckily, most people can understand what I'm saying, as long as they have a language.
Hubert casually looks towards Zug, who doesn't understand jack shit.
Doug only knows metal.
Zug knows how to Zug knows how to speak Goblin and only Goblin. I once made a character who couldn't speak Common.
I did too.
That go.
Well, I was forced to pick two languages, so it was Orcish and Morkish, which stood for more Orcish.
I didn't know you could do that.
Orcish with an accent.
And what was even funnier is when the DM realized that it was technically a different language, this also meant that anybody who didn't know the language couldn't understand me. So I spoke solely in Morkish the entire time. It was a good time for me, not for everyone else. Because I like
That's
being...
a favorite kind of good time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Could they not learn to speak Morkish?
The only way you could learn to speak Morkish is if you had someone teach you. Which means they also have to teach you what the words mean. With my intelligence of 4, I could not do that.
Oh, okay, that is a problem, yes.
When it comes to intelligence,
Jesus! Fuck.
love that. I love this soundboard.
Huh.
Love having more slots in it now too.
Well, if nobody else needs her, Elvie's gonna go over here and is gonna try and cartwheel again.
Rolling acrobatics.
Hooray! Eh.
It's very shaky, but you don't fall this time.
Hooray!
So at least there's that.
Yes. On a moving ship. And she kind of just like this, like, ta-da!
Beastie gives a polite clap.
Elvie kind of just like, her arms kind of drop and she just sort of pouts.
What? Says Beastie.
You could have been more enthusiastic.
Hmm? Why?
Never mind.
Nino gets why you're so hyper all of a sudden.
I have not felt this energetic in almost 200 years.
Hmm?
Which is to say I have, do you not notice any difference? She kind of like gestures to herself.
Beastie's going to walk up to her, look her up and down. No, still look like elf to me.
She kind of like raises an eyebrow, does the hair flip and the sparkles show up, and then she like sort of like leans in close and shows like the really like the much brighter like suns in her eyes that are like the irises.
Beastie stares for a couple of seconds. Oh, you got a haircut.
Yes, I suppose. And she just sort of stands up straight and just, eh.
Me gets it. When me get my haircut, me felt very special too. Says Beastie
Yes.
while doing a hair flip only to smack herself in the face.
Elvie will bend down again and do like the forehead thing.
Beastie will look over to Rodriguez. Wait, where is Rodriguez?
He led, hold on, I don't remember her name. Aurelia down to her room.
Giving her the grand tour of the ship, eh?
Something like that.
Or at least to her quarters.
Hey, Beastie's going to head over to one of the pirates. Hey, how long till we get there?
Sorry. Let's see. The one manning the ballista just slowly looks at you and goes, I don't fucking know.
Why don't you know? You go on the ship.
I'm not the captain.
Oh. Who's the captain?
He went below deck.
Okay. And BC's gonna head down below deck too.
This is happening. George is gonna check the compass again, make sure they're still going the right way.
What is the thing you want the most at the moment?
A way to kill Deathbeard.
It is pointing the same direction, yes. And Beastie, as you're about to head down, you see Rodriguez coming back up the stairs.
Oh, Catman. Maybe you can help. Who is the captain? Also, what
Why,
is a captain?
I am the captain, and it is the person in charge.
Oh.
You, in your words, it would be what you consider to be a brood mother, except I am not the mother.
But you have children.
I am the father of those children.
She thinks about it for a while. He never heard a brood father before. Let me know, Judge.
Wonderful.
So when do we get to the place we're going?
It's going to take us several days to get there. So I would recommend getting comfortable.
Beastie lets out an exasperated sigh and just wanders off.
So why can't I jump on the beds here? Mr. Catman.
Did you come back above deck?
Oh no, I thought they were below deck. Are they not?
Rodriguez came back upstairs.
Oh, okay. Well, chill down here and jump on the
Rodri-
bed.
Yeah, Rodriguez wouldn't stop you from jumping on the bed. If that's what you want to do, go ahead.
Oh, okay, she's jumping on the beds then.
Okay. Yeah, he is 100% okay with you jumping on the beds.
No more time, Faye, jumping on the bed. Gwen fell off and bumped her head. Mama came a knocking and called the doctor.
Time reversed
and the doctor
instead.
said, "Stop
And
messing
no
with
more
the
mother,
flow.
she was erased from existence.
Stop messing with the flow of time, you monster."
Time doesn't have a flow.
He says, having mentioned that it was like rivers, which have flows.
No, it's like a cat. It pounces all over the place. It's not consistent.
Time is an artificial concept with no beginning nor end.
Time is a tool you can put on the wall or wear it on your wrist.
The wrist bones, the arm bones connected to my wristwatch. Oh,
Does anybody have anything they wish to do to pass the time?
He's already trained that day, so I guess she's just going to be sitting cross-legged and, well, I'll put this, practice being able to just sit still despite the swaying of the ship.
Roll athletics, I guess.
Alright, Beastie, let's see what you got. Suck my dick.
no, thank
Okay.
you.
I don't really know why you said that as if I had said something mean, but I didn't.
It's a reference, you uncultured swine. The Maximilian dude?
Who?
Oh my goodness.
I just realized I was muted when I said, "Okay, Kenny." I'm familiar with the Yo Video Games crew.
Thank you.
I just-
Someone here has culture.
I just forgot that particular reference, but yes, I am also familiar with
Hey, Texas. Yuki boy.
that. No, not that one, but it is an equally fabulous Maximilian.
Yeah, he looks like Nicolas Cage. Or at least he did when he was younger. I don't know. now.
Yes, he does. Before he got long
You've
hair.
made that joke. Fighting game expert.
Yep. FF7 nerd.
Yuki boy.
All around cool guy.
With a cool kiddo who's adorable.
Yep.
Named after the protagonist from the Aliens. Alien movies.
If we can get married, there's hope for the rest of us, lads and lass.
Okay.
Fuck no, there ain't.
No, there isn't.
Doubt
What
it.
do you mean, no, there ain't?
But anyway,
I know I'm a lost cause, dude, and I'm
Not
too
you,
old to
Jordan.
try. Oh, fuck off!
So, that's what Beastie's doing. What's everyone else doing?
Jumping on beds.
Okay.
Talking with Dwarf about rocks, swords,
Yes.
and dragon things.
Yes, and dwarf. Rock, sword, dwarf, dwarf.
Sword, rock, dragon, dwarf, rock.
Rock. Dwarf,
We're just-
frog! Shows the frog.
We're just thinking of seeing himself at the moment. This guy just leaning up against the banister next to Adol and just kind of looking down at the floor.
We're busy being the cool kids over here.
Copper for your thoughts?
Hmm?
What's on your mind?
Oh, I think nothing important. I was just thinking of ways to. It's gonna sound weird, but ways to train with my mother. You know, she plans on teaching me how to do some stuff that she can do.
Are we talking magically or martially?
I'm not sure if it's magic or martial, but remember that big giant spear thing she threw at us?
That seems more magical, so... maybe try meditation?
Well, I could do that. Not sure how well meditation can work for me, but
It would give you some practice at focusing your energy to conjure some sort of a magical ball of, oh my goodness, please don't hurt me.
Why not ask Thorgrim? He has plenty of experience with meditation.
And falling
I
asleep
feel like
during
every time I see Thorgrim meditate, he tends to meditate, he always just falls asleep.
Well, maybe he's meditating for peace of mind.
Yeah. I was also talking about more, I guess, with martial training, because there was a spell I've been trying to figure out, but I haven't been able to get it together yet.
Really.
What
spell
Are
would
you
that
aware
be?
of a demi-plane?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I am not familiar with that one.
You make a pocket dimension for yourself.
Yep. And anyone that knows... One thing I figured out about it is that anyone that knows the contents of that dimension can also make a door to it. So that's why if I needed to ever train my mother or get taught things by her, we need to actually talk in person. I can tell her about my demi-plane, and we could always just talk in person rather than just through mind stuff. Or I guess with anyone else we're separated with that can know the spell.
I see. That sounds like it would be useful.
But I don't think I'm capable of casting that powerful of magic just yet.
We're getting there.
In the meantime, though, I think I will try that meditation.
I believe that would be at least a good start.
So, excuse me then. Then as you say this, you will sit down against the banister. I will attempt to meditate.
Quick thing,
roll
how big are the gaps between the banister?
I will answer that after George gives me a wisdom check.
Oh dear.
Oh dear God.
Oh boy.
Please don't fall off the edge.
You attempt to meditate, George, but you find that the swaying of the boat is a bit too distracting for you. As you lean backwards against the banisters, there isn't enough space for you to slip through it, unless you really, really tried.
Oh, look, the idiot proofed it.
I appreciate your restraint, Jor. If it were
Wait a
me,
minute.
he would have careened out into the ocean.
Well, Rodriguez employs halflings, so he can't have them careening into the ocean.
Ah, fair enough.
Safety measure.
They ain't have no OSHA violation on his ship.
We're pirates, not idiots.
Rodriguez, I may be a pirate, but I'm not gonna deal with OSHA.
It's like the Joker with the IRS.
He's insane, not stupid.
Exactly.
Like how the IRS say that you have to, what is it? States when you get bribes.
Have to state when you what you're paying on your taxes. I do find it really funny though that the IRS does want you to state when you get bribes. That's so fucking funny to me. This is technically revenue. Yeah, but it's not revenue I'm gonna tell anyone about. It's a bribe.
You know, at least someone fell for that. At least one idiot fell for it.
Anybody else have anything they want to do to pass the time?
I don't know.
I got
That's all I can
nothing.
think of.
Alright. In that case, it will begin to become evening. What do you do as it becomes darker and colder and less light?
Which after sitting there, I'll eventually just be like, well, that didn't really work out for me the first time. And then he'll get up and start making his way down to the bottom of the ship. To the lower deck.
Alright.
Is Aurelia still jumping on the bed by the evening
There's
time?
a bed completely covered in feathers.
God
Hold on.
damn.
So are you all going below deck at this point?
I suppose
Well,
so.
I'll just swap maps if you are.
I suppose.
Alright.
Aurelia, is your door open?
Yes.
Okay.
Where is she? Oh,
Bottom left.
okay.
Peeks around corner.
You apparently see a bed covered in feathers.
This is
Looks
we
back
walk
to
up
George.
Okay, why are you just staring through the door?
Points.
Sclerodius, you should not be staring into women's rooms.
The off
Door
Torch
was
just
open.
walking in. So
Door was
why are
open, I
there
was concerned.
feathers all over your bed?
Because I jumped on it a bunch.
Uh-huh.
What? I had to pass the time. We're not doing anything, so I'm just sitting here experimenting.
I mean, could keep. I mean, do you not have anything you did to pass the time beforehand when you were in the stuck in time?
I was in time itself. Did you think I could really pass the time in time?
Well, you had to have done something to entertain yourself through all that.
No, I just listened to people say their weird sentences backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards.
So you know how to speak backwards?
Not really. I could rewind time if you want, and then we can see what it sounds like.
Do not
No,
yell, Zadel.
no, we don't. We don't need to do that.
Hello, cat.
We're more or less just curious.
Well, you said you wanted to hear it, so I was offering solution.
Well,
Not
it's
everyone
something
has
I
to
could-
crucify me and be mad at me.
Ah, crucifixions. How I miss those.
Hubert.
What?
What?
Crucifixions are not something that I will allow you to do.
Woe is me. I have done nothing wrong. Take a little
It
bit
is,
of time.
it is the easiest way to sanguinate someone.
Yes, but it is still
What does
very
that word
long.
mean, sanguinate?
Remove
That's
all
a big word, Mr. Man.
It means to remove all the blood from the body.
Oh. Not sure why you would need to do that. Have you tried talking to them first?
Yes, it usually is what causes me to sanguinate them.
Why would you want to sanguinate someone if you talk to them? Have you tried being friends with them, Mr. Man?
No,
Maybe that's your issue.
I do not see it as such.
Well, I guess we can't agree on this then.
I can't believe I'm agreeing with the time fade, but she does have a point here.
I've made friends.
You should make more.
I don't know. I don't know if I count as a friend at this point.
I think
I'm
he
a little
means
more than
all.
that, Hubert.
I think he means most of us as well in the party. Last, at least, I hope you consider us friends.
He did
Kind of
say
flipped over to.
I said I made friends, he says to this.
See, he didn't just say no. Says I know. He's just too stubborn to admit that he cares about folks other than me.
I'm right here.
I mean, the biggest testament to that is how he literally healed Beastie from a point of death. So
I feel in that instance, it's just that he likes having a durable punchy daddy.
If anything, Beastie annoys me with how often she wishes to spa. But I've been nice.
Good, says Zeta while patting him on the cheek.
I was looking at this whole scene.
what is this anyway? How'd you come-
You'll need a deity.
I don't like deities.
I am a deity. Why Zeta?
And Jubilee. Nah, no, I don't.
What is a deity?
God.
Someone that people worship.
Oh.
That whole conversation school is just gives up and goes to the room.
So how did you meet the point to Perhat? The pip? What you called it?
As you point to the hat, Pip will pop out of the chest next to you and go.
It
oh,
was.
hello, little guy.
We were best friends at first sight.
Pip. There we go. He is
I want to say Pip got big.
He was not meant to be lured. And George, as you look at Pip, it appears that he has caught himself a mouse.
Huh.
Really is cat.
But did you meet him in the middle of time, or was this during your time in the Feywild?
During the time in the Feywilds. What, was I supposed to say more? That's really about it.
No, I mean, that's fine.
Do you guys not have, like, friends or companions here? Because I see you're all together, so...
Yeah, we're all friends here, I guess. Well, not I guess, but we are all friends.
What do you mean you guess? I don't think that's how you... I don't think you guess about that.
Eh,
You guys are
I
weird.
tend to say I guess a lot, so
You guys are very strange. Why do you say you guess a lot? Be more sure.
it's normally when I think I'm sure, I tend to overthink it. Actually, the other way around, I guess. Anyway, yeah, we're all friends.
Okay.
And hopefully, depending on how things go, you'll end up being our friend as well.
I've already seen the timeline. I think we'll become good friends.
As long as you don't unnecessarily shake that object of yours, says Adel.
I entrusted it to the most trustworthy person.
Yourself.
How did you know?
Lucky guess.
I would never involuntarily or accidentally shake it or drop it. I almost dropped it 4 times and then jumping on the bed though.
Elle just stares at her for a few moments. I'm going to sleep. Good night. And off she goes.
You know what, that might be a good idea. Jubilee says, following suit.
Huh. Well, either way, I guess I'll also follow suit and head to sleep. It's not to say you should probably also get some sleep, but I forgot you probably don't need sleep.
But she just like, oh yeah, I haven't slept in years. Flops face first in the bed.
Alright.
Time sleeps for no one and she's gonna collapse into the bed.
Well, good night, Aurelia. And I'll just walk out and close the door.
You're just gonna see a thumb come out of the feathers.
Little bit
Not her
back
thumb,
in the
just a thumb.
room. Pip's thumb.
It found the thumb whenever they were on an adventure one day.
Yeah, it's just Pip carrying the thumb up.
Something. Something's thumb. Who knows?
I'll eventually, after hearing the conversation, head over to his room.
Alright.
And also command not Otto, yeah.
He'll-
Poppy to,
He'll command himself.
yeah.
Imagine having sleeping issues and you have to use command on yourself to go to sleep.
That would be a funny gimmick, actually. I have terrible insomnia to where you have to use command to tell yourself to sleep.
I recall listening to a video of someone with schizophrenia who explained that he uses the multiple personalities of his schizophrenia in order to be more productive. So it's basically the voices in his head being like, you should go to sleep, instead of, all the crazy stuff. So, commanding himself to do all that stuff. It was quite interesting. Also
Imagine
referred to
that.
himself in the third, as we instead of me.
Imagine being so schizophrenic that you command your own schizophrenia to help you live day-to-day life correctly.
I mean, that's one of the things with, what we do with our mental illnesses. If we have a disadvantage, just make it an advantage.
My name is Anon, and I'm a schizo bender.
Yeah, he'll command Hoppy to keep an eye out and knock on his door if anything happens, or bang on his door if anything happens.
That's fair.
I'll say if he sees anything suspicious.
You better be glad that this is intelligent Hoppy and not original Hoppy.
Yeah.
Intelligent Hoppy gives thumbs up. Dumb Hoppy, bang, 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 bang. What is it? I saw a mouse.
Yeah,
I was
tell him just to
scared.
also knock on his door or bang his door if he sees anything suspicious as well.
Okay.
Sus. I saw the Fae.
The Fae was jumping on a bed again.
I saw a crab turn the hourglass into a shell.
Okay, to be fair, that one would be sus.
I saw a man turn himself into a pickle.
Was the funniest shit I ever saw.
Funniest shit I've ever seen. Oh god, we are brain rotted to hell.
Yep. Consequences of the Industrial Revolution are irreversible.
Alright, Matt is presently burbed, so if everyone is settling down for the evening, I have rules to make.
Oh boy. What horrors beyond our comprehension are we going to meet out at sea today? Or tonight?
Right here.
Foolish chaos. I can comprehend you plenty.
I thought you were calling me a whore.
What? I said horror, not horror. A horror beyond your comprehension would be... I don't even know what that would be.
One he didn't have to pay for, obviously.
I guess.
Oh, that was a good one.
Thank you. Welcome back, Matt.
Hello.
Oh.
One thing I wanted to add before everyone went to Betty by Land was when Scalodius and Thorgrim are talking, you know, doing their dwarf, dragon, dwarf. At some point, whether Scalodius notices this or not, but at some point, Thorgrim's words start to shift to a very strange topic, and instead of saying, you know, the usual dwarf, sword, dwarf, he starts saying space. I like space. I gotta go to space. Planets, stars. Space. I like space.
Fuck.
I'm in space.
Why
I'm
did
in
you
space.
turn
I
into
get
the
the
space cube?
joke, but
I like space. Singularity
I get
has
the joke, but
the singularity has dropped another level.
Alright. So, everything seemingly goes, well, no hiccups in the evening.
Seemingly.
don't like how you worded that.
Yes. I don't know if you saw this, but I shared a meme at some point, and it's it was like the way DMs phrase things is just like, you know, players or DMs when introducing an NPC that has absolutely no ulterior motives whatsoever, and it's all the players just going,
Yep, a classic DMing trick is just end all your things with "it seems."
yeah, and then watch the players panic.
Yep. Like, the room seems empty. What do you mean seems?
And then you just start rolling dice for no reason.
Yep.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but one of my favorite incidents involving this group, I don't remember, it revolved around some way I phrased something, and I had meant it to be, you know, actually innocent, wasn't saying anything was going on, yada yada yada, and everyone looked so far into the words that I actually I sat there and listened to it for like 30 minutes, listening to the
You had to be like, nothing's fine, everything is fine, stop.
Yeah, like I wish I could remember what it was, but I can't. But eventually I just had to be like, guys, that you're thinking too far into this, please go on with your life. It's not that important, I promise you.
I
It's
swear,
not that deep.
I'm not
that
fucking
deep.
with you this time.
And then you make us roll reflex saves.
Yep.
Alright, I need D100s to see who awakens first.
Alright.
Bottle.
Yep.
George.
First one for Thorgrim, second one for LV.
Julie's
Bop bop.
sleeping in.
Oh, LV's definitely sleeping in, apparently. I think you tired yourself out.
Karma really got to her.
All that new useful energy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Alright.
the power of youth!
It appears that Beastie is the one who is awakening first.
Alright. Casey will open her eyes, do a stretch, we'll get off bed, and we'll head on out. Okay, walk around. Anything seem out of the ordinary?
Everything seems fine. Hoppy's watching you as you exit your room.
He looks back at Hoppy.
And he looked at me. And I looked at him. And he looked at me. And I looked at him. Yeah, Hoppy's just gonna keep staring at you.
Prolonged eye contact.
Prolonged eye contact.
BC is going to look at it for a while, and then she says, "You have no eyelids."
That is correct.
And then she'll go and poke her head in the kitchen.
You have no eyelids. You have eyelids.
As you poke your head into the kitchen, you are served a bowl of served a bowl of fruit with what appears to be a grilled fish fillet.
Yummy.
She makes a small face at the fruit, but will eat it, and the fish nonetheless while just heading up to the top deck.
Alright. Scalodius.
So how much sleep did Scalodius get with who his neighbor was?
I presume they had to go to sleep at some point, but it is surprisingly quiet, so you would have gotten enough sleep.
He'll get up and start his morning prayer. And peek his head outside just to be sure he's not being watched before heading to the kitchen.
You are also served a bowl of fruit with some fish fillets.
Well, he'll probably just kind of sit on one of these boxes over here and enjoy his breakfast while waiting for others to get up.
George,
Eat.
it's your turn to wake up.
I'll eventually wake up and I get up and...
Oh shit, I skipped Thorgrim.
Oh.
Hey Thorgrim,
So-
it's your turn to wake up.
Okay. Thorgrim will wake up. I very nearly fall out of bed again. He just goes, ha ha, not this time. And then he gets up and he slowly steps out of the hammock and then trips and falls over. Shit. And then he gets up. Gets up, dusts himself off, and is going to go to the kitchen to grab some foods for him and other dwarf friend.
You are given fish and fruit.
Thanks. We'll bring fish and fruit back to Dusnoth. Is he still sleeping?
He's awake, just rocking in the hammock.
Alright. I'll hold out one of the plates of fish and fruit. Go. Food's here.
He takes it. Thanks.
No problem. And Thorgrim's gonna just walk out to the... until he finds someone just eating the fish and fruit.
Okay, now George, you can wake up.
Yeah, well, George eventually get up and start stretching a little bit. Make sure his equipment's all sorted and where they need to be. Afterward, he'll start making his way up as well. He'll actually stop by the kitchen and actually get some food.
Fruit and fish.
Don't take it and say thank you. And head upstairs.
Damn it. Nothing down. I think next is Otto. Assuming I can number correctly, which I obviously can't.
Yeah. Otto will get up. Say, oh, I guess something happened. Nice. Then he'll eventually get up, grab his bag, and we'll start making his way out. Assuming nothing happened?
The goblin stared at me a really long time.
Oh. That's pretty weird. Did she do anything, or did she just stare at you?
He informed me I did not have eyelids.
Do you want eyelids?
I do not see how this would be beneficial.
Okay, then no eyelids. And he'll start making his way up and stop by the kitchen.
You are given fish and fruit.
He will take the fruit and will continue on his way. He'll make his way up with
I
Hopper.
will remember that.
Adel Sardane.
It'll,
And Jubilee, since Jubilee slept in the same room.
it'll slowly sit up and we'll look down at Jubilee.
Probably still snoozing until woken up. Enjoying the comfort.
How is she sleeping in the bed?
No one else in the bed is. She's trying to give you as much space as possible, but probably lean against the wall if possible, so you have better room.
It'll step up off the bed, look to Hubert.
Hubert sitting in his chair, coffee ready, reading a book.
Can I have a cup, please, Hubert?
He will lift his kettle and pour into a cup.
I'll take one and take a long sip. Thank you.
Of course.
Freshen up. I will look over to Jubilee.
Something the matter.
I am wondering whether to wake her up or not.
Why not?
I am unsure.
Is there a reason not to wake her up?
No, but it's more how to wake her up.
How do you mean?
We could just wake her up normally, or... You know. I will leave it to your discretion.
No, this is your decision.
My decision is making it your decision.
I must say that I cannot comply.
Are you refusing an order?
No, of course not. I simply have other orders that I must attend. He then stands, like getting you breakfast. And then he leaves.
Wow. Alright. I'll go over. I'll just poke Jubilee with her fire staff.
Mumbles and grumbles.
What's an excellent language for my retainer to be speaking.
The retainer continues sleeping. Basically, I don't think she's aware that it was actually a poke from you. Thinks it's still part of the dream.
And will then, like, just reach down and grab her by the face. Hey,
Just just kind of suddenly wakes up. Oh, morning.
Good morning, Jubilee, she says, returning to her normal stature.
When you think everybody's just like palmed her face or something?
Basically, she grabbed... You know like how someone would grab you and squish your cheeks with one hand? That's what she did.
Gotcha, okay.
The baby squish.
Yes.
Sorry, I must have slept in. My apologies. Let's just sit up.
Check ship hosting.
Yeah, I saw.
More or less just like that, yes.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways. It's like, where the hell did that come from? My apologies, milady. I didn't disturb you last night, did I?
No.
Kind of rubs her face slightly. Anything? Should I go get breakfast for us?
Hubert already got me breakfast.
That I have. I've already gotten you both breakfast.
Morning, Hubert.
Good day.
Oh. Be careful when you do that, Adel.
Do what?
I can still feel where you grabbed me on the face.
I'll
Kind
just
of like rubbing.
I'll flex her hand inside of her gloves. You know to give me a reason then.
But if, like you said, I didn't do anything to disturb your sleep.
You didn't. It is up to you to figure out what the reason is.
Julie looks like she's trying to put the pieces together. Did I say something weird in my sleep?
Thank you for the breakfast, Hubert, says Eno before taking a seat.
You're welcome.
I'm being ignored now.
You're not being ignored, you're simply asking questions that she told you to deduce.
Tiefling Bottom is confused.
Next is Aurelia. Need you to roll me a D100, Aurelia.
100, okay.
I thought she
We can
did.
do that.
God, 29.
No, I need her to roll another D100.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I rolled a
bullshit
12, my favorite number. Because it's very low, you know, it's very bad. It's very bad.
Well, it could be good.
You can also check
Where
your
did bullshit go?
you can also check your direct messages for
Let me see. Oh, okay, what do those do?
they do stuff.
I don't know why. I always get tickled every time she goes, oh!
Okay, so I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna be holding my staff, which I dropped in the middle of the night, and it's weirdly floating. And I'm still hugging the hourglass. But, you know, I only have the undergarments on because I don't know who sleeps in the robes. So I'm gonna roll out to bed and almost hit the staff. Wait, actually, I need to roll for that. What would that be? Would that be a 1d20? I rolled a 1.
Alright, so you roll, hit the staff, and immediately drop the hourglass, which begins rolling back and forth on the floor. I need you to roll a D100.
Oh, good. Not again.
Oh no.
That's on T4.
Hey, you're getting better. That's twice what
Yeah.
you rolled originally. Okay. It has been noted.
What do you mean
is he?
it has
Oh, no.
been noted?
I'm
Aurelia,
gonna
for
say,
some
Pip,
reason, is now Orin.
I need you to be the time management consultant, and I need you to not let that happen again. And she's gonna quickly scramble to grab the hourglass.
Pip will
Time
Pip.
consultant.
Pip, who was asleep until you said his name, will perk up and chirp at you.
And then I'm gonna put my robes on, But before that, I'm gonna check my hands to make sure I'm corporeal. Okay, that doesn't. Okay, this is a good timeline then. And then she's going to put her robes on, but backwards.
Okay.
And then run out to, like, inside out. And then she's gonna run and get food.
All right. As you open the door and run from the room, you suddenly freeze and you feel yourself going backwards, slamming the door back in place as you seem to have rewound yourself somehow.
I'm gonna try sticking my hand through the door.
Like, breaking the door?
No, like, I want to see if I'm still corporeal. Make sure that time shenanigans aren't happening.
You are still corporeal.
Pip, this is better than most times. And I'm gonna, like, carefully tap my staff against the door.
Okay.
What happens? Is it just, like, ding against the door? Just, like...
Yeah, you just bunk it against the door, nothing happens.
I'm gonna open the door slowly to make sure someone's not playing a prank on me, and I'm gonna look out, like, only my head. So you see my hat's, like, almost fall off. Out the door, do I see anyone?
You do not see anybody.
Okay. I'm gonna, like, try and tiptoe out, like, sneak out.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Everything's normal. And I'm gonna walk and get food.
Okay. You are given...
Is there a person getting food? Is there, like, a person handing food?
You see Thorgrim and Scalodius sitting at a table where occasionally a pirate will walk to a door and is served food.
Oh! Okay, I want to go grab food, and when I grab my food, I'm gonna hand them some leaves, some shiny leaves, and put them in their hand and say thank you.
The pirates look very confused, but they just go about their business. They accept your offering of leaves, despite the fact
You can
that
buy yourself something really nice and pretty with that. Have a great day. Bye! Hey everyone! I'll have you know, I'm the most responsible person. I dropped Aurelia's hourglass one time in the sleep.
She's saying that to the party?
She's saying that, I think, to Thorgrim and Scalodius.
You
Move your
dropped-
token, sister.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta move your token.
Oh.
Put your stuff around here,
Yes.
where the two old
I don't even
men
know.
are.
Where is my token?
It's on the
Bottom
bottom
line.
line.
You're still in bed.
I dropped my hourglass only one time when I was sleeping.
Good for you.
Well, it's when I woke up and I hit my head on my staff.
What happened when you dropped the hourglass?
Nothing.
Yeah. Are you lying to me? I'm rolling insight.
No.
Oh, well, I guess
You
you're
believe
not.
her.
Oh,
Right.
well.
Hold on,
cool.
if she rolls a crit failure on her deception, he may not.
Oh yeah, I just can click on my page or whatever.
That'd be you.
Yep.
Just don't roll one, you'll be fine.
Click on the word name or the word deception.
Yeah,
Yep.
you
fine.
believe her.
Huh.
She seems trustworthy.
Huh. Well, that's lucky. 'Cause I remember the last time
I'm
you
full
shook.
of luck.
Well, I mean, the last time you shook it, a certain someone's age got like cut in half or something.
Oh damn it! I put my ropes on backwards.
Uh-huh.
Lewis talks it but says nothing. He deals with blind children a lot.
Uh-huh. So what now?
I think we eat food that we were given.
I mean, I've already eaten mine.
Oh.
Just finished my plate.
It was good.
Well, I can eat my food and you can make sure I don't choke, I guess. That's what people do, right?
I mean, we can stay and have a conversation while you eat if you want.
I suppose. Are you really that worried about choking on fish bones?
There's bones in this?
I mean, it is a fish.
I take it you haven't seen many of these creatures, have you?
I didn't see it.
It's a thing that swims in the sea. Blue stuff around us.
These live in the water?
Yep.
Correct.
Lots of them.
Wow. How do they breathe?
Well, eggs.
They breathe through eggs?
Yeah. Fish eggs.
Breathe, not breed.
Oh, breed. Oh, I thought. Okay. Oh, they have these things on their neck called gills, like little flap things. Apparently, they can breathe water. Most of us breathe air.
Yeah, they don't.
That's
They
so
died. They tried to
cool.
breathe air.
So I'm supposed to eat it?
Yeah. It's good.
She's gonna poke her food for a bit.
Okay.
Which
Alright. And with that, I believe it is time for Elvie to awaken.
Elvie awakens with a great big yawn and a great big stretch. You know, kind of almost like a Disney princess. Just, ah! And then gets up, puts on, her robe and her staff, and is all, like, token. Over here. And is going to basically skip past the old man and the time mage. And is
Do you
going
think fish
to...
can be angry?
Some are very aggressive and will get some food for herself and will sit at the table and begin to happily manja.
Okay.
I don't trust this fish, that's all I'll say.
I don't trust this fish. It's dead. How can it be trustworthy if it's dead?
I think they're spies or something. What if there's fish people and they use these as spy on you?
well, if they did, then their spy is dead now.
I don't know if I could trust it.
I mean, it's dead, so it's not like it can report anything back now.
What if it's like poisoned itself or something?
There are some breeds of fish that are poisonous, but these ones are not.
And
Gonna
even
poke
if
again.
And even if they were, I'm pretty sure the pirates would be very careful to remove any poisoned glands or anything from it, so it should be safe to eat.
Are
See?
the pirates all your friends?
Acquaintances.
What does that word mean? Is that like a nice way of saying that you're not friends with them, but you're not like enemies?
Basically.
Kinda, yeah. Actually.
Oh, so you're like
You're aware.
in
you're
a
aware of who they
complicated
are.
relationship then.
No, it's about as uncomplicated as we can get.
We have a lot of those in the
We
Feywild.
haven't met
It's like-
most of them.
Being aware of the other's existence, but not being overly friendly or hostile to them. You're just aware of their existence.
That seems like a lot of steps.
Not really. It's more like, I acknowledge this table's existence. That's it.
This
That's
table's
the only step
real?
we got.
Is this a person?
No, it is an object. But acknowledging that it it's there. That's pretty much it.
I don't get it.
Right?
I don't think you are.
It looks at Ellie. Am I explaining this right? I'm not sure myself now.
I believe you're explaining it accurately. It's just explaining it to someone who's from a different land with different rules is complicated.
What do you call someone you're not friendly with, but you're not enemies with?
An acquaintance.
I wasn't asking you, little people.
Well, it depends. Do I like them, or?
Not like that.
Oh.
Like if you just meet.
I give them a cold shoulder like this. Just gonna like turn away and like show her right shoulder more.
As she does this, Pip will look to the shoulder and just start biting it.
Pip, Jesus. I know the robes are inside out today. What to tell me?
He chirps at you like he's arguing.
I wasn't giving you the cold shoulder. I was showing them.
So imagine instead of doing that, you just kind of wave and go about your business. Like.
So do I need to give them the cold shoulder then? Do we not like them?
No. Cold shoulder would be someone you don't want to interact with.
Not listening to you, she's gonna see one of the pirates walk by. She's gonna cold shoulder them while looking the other way.
Oh dear. What have I started?
She's even gonna like flip her hair too.
I want to be careful with that
no.
rule.
Like this. Elvie will flip her hair and the sparkles.
Exactly.
And you've attracted the attention of the twins now.
Cunning as always, I see. Ricardo says as he walks up.
They told me I need to give everyone the cold shoulder, so I'm giving cold shoulder.
Oh, why
I
would you
said
do
no
that?
such thing.
They were saying everything is complicated, but where I'm from, we would give the cold shoulder instead.
Well, why don't you try and work to make things less complicated?
That's
We're
what
all
I was
friends.
saying.
We're all friends here, after all.
But they were like, no, you show people the cold shoulder. So I was like, okay.
But what if I say you shouldn't do that?
Well, then I won't.
Well, I would love that.
Okay.
There's a bunch of lovely people on this boat, after all.
Yeah, why were they saying things are complicated?
Not entirely sure. Why are things complicated?
I'll let them answer that. I don't know.
Then it sounds like things aren't complicated.
And I would say we have all the time in the world, but I don't think so. There's a lot of time. A
May
lot.
not. I suppose that depends on your view on time.
It's like a cat. It pounces around in purrs sometimes, and then it chases its tail.
I personally don't believe in time.
What's your name?
I don't believe it.
I can show you time.
No, you can't.
Really? And she's gonna Aurelia's hourglass.
Oh no.
Oh no.
DM, you're just inciting this shit now.
That's a mighty fine hourglass you have there.
And it messes with time.
Does it now?
Yes.
Then it's too risky to use, correct?
No.
How is it not?
I trust it.
But if it messes with time, isn't that a sensitive thing?
It isn't sensitive per se, but you shouldn't go messing with it.
Sounds like it's very sensitive then.
Sometimes
Yes.
you just can't hurt its feelings.
I would never hurt it.
Yeah. I think time is very sensitive at times.
In any case, how did you all sleep last evening?
Really good. I made my bed. I jumped on it so much there's nothing but feathers.
Yes, I saw that whenever we went to investigate.
It was pretty comfortable.
I slept quite well, thank you for asking. Uh, much better than I've slept in a very long time, actually, now that I think about it.
Beds are very comfortable indeed.
I fell out of the hammock again. Well, okay, no, I got out of the hammock normally, but then I tripped. So, better than yesterday, I guess?
I'm glad to hear that you slept better.
Getting used to it, I guess. It's been a while since I've been on a boat.
I rather enjoy being on the boat.
You probably have been on it a lot longer than we have, though.
Usually time flows or rivers flow upwards where I'm from, so this is very different. I didn't even think you could make things that ride them.
Time is far too complicated for me to understand, I believe.
One day I can explain it all.
Explaining all of time is a monumental effort.
I have a lot of time.
Do you have enough time, though?
Yep. How much time do we have?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, then we're fine.
I guess it really, the amount of time we have is dependent specifically upon how much time all of reality has. Thorgan will pop up and say, "She means a giant space thing is gonna eat everything."
Okay. I mean, the way you should think about time really is past, present, and future. They're all just neighbors who hate each other that happen to share a fence.
Or the past and
Not
future
wrong.
simply don't exist.
Okay, both of you are confusing me.
Wonderful.
Thorgrim's got like the anime swirls in his eyes, like.
But I must bid you all a fond farewell. I have, unfortunately, have duties that I need to perform above deck.
Well, I
Oh.
do hope they don't take you too long. I would very much like to continue our conversation.
I would love to. Maybe whenever you get above deck, we can continue it there.
Oh,
And-
that shouldn't be too long.
He will bow to you with Romero timidly waving as they head off.
Elvie will sort of just wink and wave at them as they leave.
I think they like you.
I believe so too.
I believe you've been on the tiefling too long.
Well, she is my best friend. Naturally, her charms would rub off on me eventually.
So are you going to, like, talk to them or court them?
Well, I did talk to them.
Gosh, you're such a vixen. Oh my gosh.
Oh. If only you knew. and she just continues finishing the rest of her meal. Like, kind of like that knowing smirk in her eye. Or smirk on her face.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh, who said that?
Good morning.
I was just standing there behind.
Good morning, milady. Good morning, Hubert. Good morning, Julie.
Hey, Mrs. Ma'am, how are you?
That is
Morning,
not my name.
friend.
Do you want me to say sorbet?
Hello, Claire's.
You know she doesn't mean anything by it.
Where it does not stop my annoyance.
Do you like sweet things like ice cream? Pastry?
What does that have to do with this conversation?
I'm creating conversation, dog.
I see. I'm neutral on pastry too.
Burp. So, are we just messing around until eventually we end up docking somewhere?
Is that's not the plan already?
I just was wondering if there was anything specific we needed to do on the boat, or if we were just kind of just chilling.
We have yet to be given a task, so
I suppose. Damn it. It said, I suppose. And then LV from across the table goes, did. Damn, I've been around you too long. Yes, you have. You're picking up each other's mannerisms.
Chloe's just sitting there observing this. Just remember, just have patience, Melodious. Get through this.
what did it?
Nothing, I suppose.
Why is that?
Well, there's nothing occurring at the minute. Guess I'll head up deck and see how everyone else is doing.
Oh, I found out something I could do with my hourglass.
It'll stop and slowly turn. Yes.
I can make things faster or slower.
Can you do that reliably or consistently?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Why are you saying it so ominously?
I'm not saying anything ominously.
Okay.
Just be careful of how you handle things.
That sounded ominous.
Look, just because I had a mafia background doesn't mean everything I say sounds ominous.
It's either ominous or flirtatious with you. No in between.
Not wrong. I'm surrounded by sinners.
What's a sinner?
Well, Well, that is a complicated question I do not have a good answer for.
Well, you seem to talk about them like, you know, like they're a bad relationship.
Ma'am, I am a priest. I don't really have relationships. I have friends, sure.
Oh,
That's
you have
about as far as it goes for me.
situationships.
No.
Oh, then what do you have?
Friendship is as far as I'll go. What was that, DM?
Celibacy.
He's trying to, at least. I don't really have relations when it comes to.
Oh, you sly dog. You're one of those.
I beg your pardon?
No relationships? I mean, I get it. I get it.
I don't really have any relations of the flesh, as it were.
Of the flesh?
Oh, please help me out here.
How do I explain it without making me feel somewhat ill?
I can't say it.
It means he's never been with another person.
Oh my gosh! You're saving yourself for the perfect woman for marriage? That's so noble of you, Mr. Man. We'll find you the perfect lady.
I do not believe his religion permits it. Or at least in his case.
So what are you supposed to, you know?
Again, I'm a priest.
What does that do?
You know the person that usually officiates weddings and, you know, marries people?
Oh, you're one of those. Yeah, but those people get
Yes.
like, you know, they have things going on all the time.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Where I'm from, they're the most flirty.
The boat suddenly sinks.
Oh god.
Sorry.
Gravity.
I thought it was reverse gravity for a
Oh.
second. I got really scared.
Nope.
Not
Not
if
if
that was
it's
how your
just
DM
bad
told you
luck.
something was happening. They just popped in a spell, and that's all they do.
Why is the boat floating?
It's doing quite the opposite of floating. It's anti-floating based on this spell.
Oh god,
It
oh god,
is
oh
now
god.
a submarine. Many priests in this world aren't like that. Quite the opposite.
What does that mean?
They're quite the opposite. Oh, so you go for not women.
Oh! You swing that
sounds
way,
worse out of
huh?
context. That is so bad out of context,
What
by
do you
the
think
way.
about that kitty man over there?
No. You see, everyone just sees Scalois pinching the bridge of his nose, looking like he's getting more and more frustrated as this goes on.
As this happens, a pirate walks by and says he's focusing on himself, and then continues on his way.
That sounds
Oh, so you do that.
that sounds like an excuse.
What does that mean?
I mean, that's okay, because everyone's got to, you know, deal with frustrations a different way.
No!
I get it, you're just lonely or whatever. I wish you luck, Mr. Man. I do.
That's not what that means. Out of character, I'm finding this exchange extremely hilarious. Please keep going. No, I don't have sex, okay?
Oh, I
Just
mean, if you
blurted
need
out
help,
in
like finding
frustration.
someone,
I don't
He's
want
fine.
to.
He doesn't
I have
need
lots of time. Believe me, I could sit. We can go to like a social area, and I will be the best wing woman ever. I have plenty of time, and if we mess up, I could just reverse time. It's perfect.
Thorgrim is going to place a hand over her mouth.
Gillow is
better?
just face down on the table, just lightly banging his head on the table. This is going to get weird in a moment if this keeps up.
Uh-oh.
No, I said that out of character, sorry.
Slowly, Thorgrim pulls his hand back.
I mean, there's no downsides really when you think about it.
You know what? I'm just gonna go get some air. Gets up and leaves.
Okay. I wish you luck, Mr. Dragon Man. Pip, I think my new calling is matchmaker, because think about it. We mess up. I just rewind time.
Pip will look to you and chirp.
I think we're gonna make lots of leaves off
Oh
this.
my god. Her goal now is to try to get the pre-slate. This is hilarious. Oh, this is great. This is great. Oh, really? I love this character you've made.
What about anyone else? Does anyone else need my matchmaking services? I charge 1 leaf.
She understands capitalism now. It's just you there, Matt. You and you.
Nah, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm fine.
Hear me out. I can find you anybody.
I don't need your help.
Okay.
Thorgrim walks away.
What about you, huh?
The topic of romanticism is a very sore point with the dwarf. Please excuse him.
Oh. For why?
I should not say. It is not my place to.
I might need some home eventually.
Ellie will stand up and take her plate and will. Do we just return the plates to the kitchen when we're done?
I mean, you can if you want to.
Okay. Ellie will stand up, nod her head to Aurelia, and return the plate to the kitchen.
Aurelia's gonna bow and hit her head against the table.
Ellie will just roll her eyes and chuckle. All that power and so little sense.
It really does belong with the collective.
I know, right? The singularity grows.
Singularity, sorry.
Well, it might be a collective at this point. And then go upstairs. But as she goes upstairs, she'll say in, I believe it's Sylvan, to the fairy dragon Pip, and will say, "Good day to you."
Pip will look at you and chirp.
What's what she's saying?
looks to you and chirps.
Really, that's much? Okay.
The joys of creatures that understand the language but can't speak it.
Put you on this layer so that we can actually interact.
Introduction.
As you all make it to the main deck, you actually see Rodriguez looking at the sky and using a sextant and seeming to be measuring, looking slightly perplexed.
Captain Montague where are you, Cat? Oh, that is Catton. Is there an issue, sir?
I'm certain it's it. But based on my measurement, I would say we are about 2 days ahead of schedule.
Oh, that's wonderful news.
It would be wonderful news if it weren't for the fact that I do not know how we managed to get ahead of schedule.
I have a couple of hypotheses, says Adel.
Yes, I have at least one. I believe it involves our new passenger.
Whatever the case may be, I do not believe. Oh, hang on. I do not believe that anything dire has come from it. But for it, I can tell.
Let's hope there isn't any consequences.
There are always consequences for things like this.
Yes, I just don't want to think about them. Well, at least we're ahead of schedule for now.
This is
yep.
happening. George will. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, George will check the compass again just to be safe.
You are still heading.
How many more days would you assume that we have left, given the 2-day discrepancy that we now have to account for?
Factoring that in, 2 to 3.
Ah, so half the trip was cut. Wonderful.
It appears to be that way.
Excellent. Well, I will be very excited to get back on some dry land. Is there any other things that will need to be done?
Usual maintenance around the ship. Other than that, nothing important.
All right. Do let me know if you need anything of a mathematical or scientific pursuit.
You're a mathematician.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
I've never seen you use math.
You just haven't read my notes.
I guess.
I did, in fact, give George a formula on how to best operate a shovel one day. And that was
The same day he broke like 5 of them.
Indeed, including the trowel that he did.
Okay. What's the 10th digit of pi?
I am looking at him now.
Hey, that's cheating.
Well, 3.14159. That's as far as Matt can get. LD would probably be able to get farther, but I can't. Damn you, Phenom.
Yes, I'm young.
Yeah.
Maybe 'cause
Sometimes
you're tired.
that's just.
I am tired.
I often find that I don't typically yawn because I'm tired. I yawn because my lung capacity is so low. My body kind of just goes into autopilot and it's like, oxygen now!
But I suppose we should take the quick travel as a blessing. We have yet to see if it's a curse after all.
If it's a curse, we'll just have to deal with it. Curses can be broken after all.
Some curses can be broken.
I suppose some more ancient ones have yet to be dealt with. On on a related note, does anyone happen to know the spell Remove Curse?
Yes.
Excellent. We may need that. Because if we are going into a location of a lich pirate or thing,
Good.
there may in fact need to be removals of curses and the like. It most certainly is a haunted island.
Potentially.
I'm going by stereotypes, but the
You
reason stereotypes are stereotypes is, well, occasionally some of them have a nugget of truth to them.
All I know about where we're going is that something there is the key to defeating Deadbeard permanently.
Yes, it's his phylactery.
No, it isn't.
No.
Oh,
Oh, right.
show the compass.
Was he... right. This is not the standard type of witch, is it?
We don't really know. I used this to try and find the phylactery. It just span in circles. But when I asked how to defeat, find the way to defeat Deadbeard, well, it's pointing where it's pointing.
I remember I made a strange joke about the water itself being his phylactery.
Considering how much water there is, that would be quite the phylactery.
Indeed. It would be impossible to get rid of. Unless we wanted to, cause a worldwide apocalypse. Which we're trying to prevent. Ah. I kind of want to make something of a magical variety, but I don't really know exactly what.
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Does any of you particularly want anything to be created?
No.
Afraid not.
Very well. Elvie kind of just stands there and just is now kind of ruminating, going, I'm bored. What do I do?
I'm sure you will figure out something.
Yes, eventually. Whether the trip will be done before I figure it out is an entirely different matter.
Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome
back.
I was playing with your DS in the toilet.
What?
Awesome. He's boiling an egg. He's boiling it twice. He's boiled it again. He's losing
What
his
happens
mind.
while it's done?
He's boiling an egg.
Yummy.
And a lot of talking has happened.
Nice.
Oh. What are y'all going to be doing to pass the time?
Last hypnotist teacher is Spider.
Oh, right.
You may roll intelligence checks.
Yes, I would like to also roll Spider.
I'll also roll.
Spider, 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 spider.
Damn it.
Spider! Now we're getting the hang of it.
Hell yeah.
Now we're playing with portals. I mean, what?
Actually reminds me.
Ooh. 15's cool. 6, maybe not so much, but...
So, LV and Otto, you guys are beginning to get the hang of it very quickly. You know how to do the basics of the communication. Adel, you are not entirely sure what's come over you, but everything clicks for you as Obi is teaching you this language, and you are 99% certain that you are fluent in it.
Yo.
Must learn to talk to Birdie. Call him good boy in Spider.
Get locked into our lessons finally.
Don't get Juju either.
Give me Glee.
Glee, that's it. I couldn't remember the name, so. But Glee, yeah.
What is it, man? Matt? Oh.
What the hell?
You okay, dude?
Maybe some Matt is dealing with something.
I'm going to take this moment to be right back.
Okay.
Right back.
Hi? Hello?
Hey, what happened?
Salutations, greetings.
I don't know what happened, but my the volume on my everything suddenly just started going down very rapidly, and I don't know what happened.
Huh.
Well, Zoe and the DM are taking a moment, so.
Okay. Hopefully a good moment. Not I need to leave forever moment or panic moment.
No, they're just. They figured you'd be gone longer, so they were. I think one of them
I'm
getting a
back.
drink, and the other one, I don't know what they're doing. Yep.
Hi. I don't know what happened. My like the sound
Master volume
on my
went down.
everything suddenly rapidly started going down, and I still don't know what happened.
And it will be a secret of the universe forever and for always.
Yeah, probably, honestly.
Alright. But now I am back, so we can continue.
George is gonna try to meditate again for a little bit.
Roll wisdom. This time, even though the ship is rocking and you hear the wind in the air, you can manage to sit still. But you can't clear your mind entirely. It's still working for the most part, but you're feeling a bit relaxed as you're doing it.
Oh, alright.
Welcome back, Phenomeno.
Thank you. Is Matt back?
Yes.
What was
I
wrong?
had volume issues. My volume started very rapidly dropping, and I don't know why.
Oh. Is it fixed now?
Possibly, for the moment.
Alright.
I don't know what the problem was.
At least it's fixed.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright. So, we were going over what everyone's doing to pass the time. We just did the scooter speak.
Oh yeah. Bestial train with Hubert.
Roll athletics or acrobatics.
Aha!
It is a very close sparring match, but you do manage to just barely beat him.
Bestial grin and will start rolling her shoulders.
You're getting better.
Am I?
You are.
Is this the same training you did?
No.
Why we not do that training?
The method of my original training cannot be easily reproduced.
Why not?
That is difficult to explain.
Right.
I was tortured.
Oh. Tortured how?
In a variety of ways.
Me thought so. Me thought that's why you made me get the torture rack.
No. It made you do that for other reasons.
What reasons?
Unimportant ones.
Huh?
There are reasons that I cannot express to you. You wouldn't understand.
So why not do that with me?
I do not want to.
Beastie tilts her head. Why?
Why would I?
Help me get stronger.
You're getting stronger.
Not strong like you.
You have beaten me the last 3 times we have sparred. How are you not strong like me?
When we first fought, you made it very clear we could never beat you.
I said, while that is true, you have beaten me, have you not?
No,
I disagree.
Beastie shakes her head. The same way you were when you were in that forest is not how you are now. You don't have that look in your eye.
Which one?
The same one you get when you kill people. There is
You're right.
something more. There's something more about you when you are like that.
Is that?
He's nuts. Yeah. It's like Charlie said. Fighting when holding back is different to fighting when fighting.
I disagree.
You can disagree, but you be wrong. We've seen you how you are when you're fighting. Fighting for, like, to kill someone. You are very different. And a bit stronger, too.
Perhaps.
Until me can beat you when you like that, me no think that me's stronger than you.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Why not?
Why would I want them to come to that?
If me beats you when you like that, then that means me really am stronger than you.
Can I interject here? I think what Hubert is trying to get at is that if you really want to beat him while he's like that, you'd have to be an active threat to either Adel or Jubilee.
Oh. That is annoying.
Yeah, it's kind of a big conundrum.
Oh, what if me hypnotize him to think that's me attacking her?
That just sounds messed up.
It'll be fine. You can have, what's it called? What is that thing dancers always talking about? A safe word.
You understand I'm right here, correct?
Huh?
I've been hearing you make these plans.
Yes, and?
Alright then.
I mean, if you really wanted to, you could just ask to just fight them all out without sparring. I think the way you're asking him to you wanting to beat him is a bit weird with how you talk about it.
Oh,
You say you want to spar him, but you don't say you want to fight him, like George does, or how Scalodius has.
but he no have that look in his face when he was thinking of fighting Scalodius either. Sorry, fighting Priest either.
And that one's debatable. I'm saying that out of character, by the way.
I mean, you could just say you want to fight him to the death.
Nah. You know, won't kill him.
That's fair.
I still say you're showing improvement.
I am improving, but me not sure if me reach my goal.
Right.
Easy not, and then we'll start adding on.
Hubert?
Yes.
Can I ask a favor? I know you said it might not work, but at least I'd like to see if you can try.
What is your favor?
Well, I guess you already agreed to it, but, just to teach Otto how to use the sword and whip thing he has.
Teach yourself how to use it.
No, teach Hoppy. Sorry, I'm still waking up.
Yes, I've already agreed. I will attempt to do so.
Oh, okay. Hoppy, you can come over here real quick. Make his way down and then head over to where they're at.
Jubilee with Adel watching. He's gonna need a good doctor someday.
Indeed.
Now, if you're just gonna show you how to use that flip sword thing you had, or try to teach you how to do it.
Hugh needs to roll athletics, and Hoppy needs to roll an intelligence check.
Fuck it, I'm gonna flash of genius that.
Okay. Hoppy is beginning to get the hand of it. Get a feel for it. He's not practiced yet, but he is getting there.
Alright. I need to check and make sure I had that, Fuck.
Oh no.
No, I'm trying to find in the weapon descriptions. I don't think I have it anymore.
Oh no.
Right. As the day is going on, you'll all begin hearing soft thud against the ship, and as you look over, you see what appears to be crates, barrels, and loose debris of what could potentially have been another ship at one point.
Oh, that's concerning.
Rodriguez will look overboard before whistling, and the large net in between both ships will be lowered and will begin collecting various barrels and crates.
Might as well collect what we can.
Where they came from.
Yeah,
More
that's
than
the concern part.
More than likely another ship that has been sunk recently, before the barrels and crates could get waterlogged and sink themselves.
So this was a recent one?
Recent within the past few days, perhaps.
Unlikely that there are any survivors then.
Currently, no. But were I to fathom a guess, the likelihood is very low. Besides, it could be a situation of the debris floating for many days. We do have a tendency to insulate our barrels and our crates to ensure that they do not take in water. Otherwise, we lose everything if the ship begins to sink.
Fair
How
enough.
well do you think they're insulated?
Very. Why?
How long do you think it...
I have noted that some could stay afloat for 2 days, 3 days. Sometimes they could even stay afloat for a week.
I don't know. It's something that doesn't seem right to me. I head down there and check one of the barrels myself?
Do you want to head into the water, or do you want us to bring them up first?
If you don't mind bringing up what we have right now first.
I will
I don't know, just... I've got a feeling this seems a little too convenient.
If you like, I would be more than happy to assist you.
Might want to stay back, just in case.
No, if you're putting yourself in danger, so go on.
The way I'm trying to do it is to not put any of us in danger.
Damn it. If it says free from forever, let me fucking use it. Okay, there we go.
Okay. I thought you were saying damn it to me like I figured something out.
No, I'm trying to populate stuff with tokens.
Oh no.
Yeah, I want to make sure none of the stuff gets onto the boat, at least, so if they bring up the net, she'll climb onto it and take a quick look at one of the crates. They go to the closest one and just thinks to knock on it, see what happens.
You get your knuckles slightly wet as you tap a wet, waterlogged crate or barrel.
It's definitely warm.
Yeah, I also try to assist in a way. I'll just go to them or banisters and just to see if anything pops up is going to cast detect magic. See if anything of the barrels light up.
None of the barrels light up.
They all light up and then explode.
They all light up. And you get real
I
hot.
instead pop my divine sense, seeing if there's any kind of thing in the presence.
Damn, you found my ghoul in a box.
That's what I was thinking, actually.
You do not feel anything coming from the barrels, boxes, nor the coffins.
Okay.
Coffins?
Yes, there's 3 coffins.
Well, good news. I'm not feeling of undead from the coffins.
Yeah, there's
But
also
that just brings up another question.
also no magic
Why?
weapons either.
I definitely would advise having fighters on standby if these are to be opened.
Hubert,
Yes.
can you check the coffins, please?
Once they get aboard, or do you want me to jump into the ropes?
Will you be able to do it in the ropes safely?
Within reason.
Then in the ropes.
Well, I will at least assist you, Hubert. That way, I'll help steady things a bit.
As you say that, you watch
Apparently.
as Hubert very casually tightrope walks across it with very little issue, taking his sword, sticking it in the edge of the coffin, and smacking the hilt of his blade to pop it open, and slides the lid across as he stares into the coffin for a few seconds.
Jesus Christ, show off.
What's in it?
Drugs.
Drugs?
Drugs.
Drugs.
Why am I not surprised?
George!
She just pinches the bridge of her nose.
Why are you calling for me?
That is actually a very, very common practice. We pirates can't exactly go offloading contraband without a good excuse, after all.
I He's not wrong.
Coffins, really?
Well, what would
Who's
you
going
prefer?
to check a coffin? Who is going to check a coffin for a dead body?
Us, apparently.
Points to Hubert.
To be fair, he wouldn't have done that without being asked.
Alright, Hubert, you can come back.
Jubilee turns to LB. Did you see how? Do you see why I like that man?
Of course. I never said I didn't. Though, I'm curious. Are those the regular garden variety drugs, or are they of a magical quality?
Well, that's why I was trying to call George to see if he the expert.
Bombastic side-eye towards George.
Sell drugs once and all of a sudden I'm an expert?
Compared to everyone else among here.
Didn't you also take the drugs?
He'll
What?
He'll go and look at the drugs then. See if it's anything he recognizes, whether it be from what he bought from Solari or stuff he's heard
He's a
about
drug
in
dealing
Haven.
savant.
It is not.
He doesn't
It
want
is
to.
not familiar to you, as far as you can tell.
If I build one chair, I am not a carpenter. If I write one book, I am not a writer. But if I sell drugs once, that
Makes me a
But
drug
it-
lord.
He's just a drug savant.
Sell drugs one time and all of a sudden you're fucking Pablo Escobar.
Wow.
You then watch as Rodriguez walks up to a coffin, leans down, reads, and snickers a bit.
What is it, Rodriguez?
The name on this coffin is Thaddeus.
Thaddeus?
Yes.
Where have I heard that name before?
I'm uncertain where you heard it before, but it is a great ancient vampire of old legend.
She,
Well, luckily they're not home right now.
as she looks at Rodriguez, and then is going to check the coffin for a fake bottom real quick.
There is no fake bottom.
Okay, this is not a
I
deal
already did a
reference.
detection for I already did a detection for undead, and I found nothing.
I don't
Good on
fucking
that
know.
front.
If we got Dio or even worse, Nosferatu up in here, yeek.
Why is Nosferatu worse than Dio?
I don't think Dio knew how to stop time at first.
Who cares if he didn't know how to stop time at first? The man could shoot eye juice laser beams.
Yeah, but couldn't Nosferatu make people crazy just by being in his presence or something?
Now that's Cthulhu.
What the fuck?
No, I'm pretty sure Nosferatu had some crazy vampire powers that were not normal for vampires.
He could charm people, but going crazy is not one of his things. It's
I think he also
manipulation.
like spread the disease, or maybe that's in the new movie. I don't know.
That's why the Impaler, the person he's based off of,
Well, either way,
not actual Dracula.
they'll leave the drug coffin be, while giving more side eye at George.
Also, just gonna say you were metagaming checking for a false bottom.
What do you mean I'm metagaming? How would it be metagaming?
Because if there was a false bottom, you would have known it was because of JoJo.
Look, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's metagaming. I don't know.
If you had never watched
I already played those in
JoJo,
the Wardle down, so
if you had never watched JoJo, would you have thought to check for a false bottom?
actually yes, with drugs involved, yes.
Yeah, but I only did it specifically because vampire.
I wasn't thinking of JoJo actually. I was just thinking, drugs. Maybe check for extra compartments for more stuff.
Nah, it's just like
So to be
no
fair-
one will check a coffin that's filled with drugs for an actual dead body. Goodness.
Look, when contraband's involved, always check for hidden compartments.
I guess.
Oh, excuse me.
Either way, why would it be in the water?
Presumably a ship was sunk around here.
All right.
Now what?
The pirates are taking them below deck to be sorted.
Guess we'll take inventory, I suppose. Kind of wonder what the other two coffins said. What kind of references they had. Pretty bold of whoever came up with the idea, or the name, putting a famous vampire's name on the coffin, though.
Or it could also be their original coffin.
Would also be a situation of it's not a very well-known legend.
It would be a method of scaring off the more superstitious folk.
But unfortunately, the bold ones would be a lot more susceptible to opening it.
That's an unfortunate side effect.
It's a dual-edged sword when you use a famous name.
Indeed.
Or infamous.
Either or. Well, that was a interesting one, but ultimately something I would expect from a pirate operation.
Can't say it's one of my operations.
Well, it is an operation that is a pirate is indulging in.
I was specifying that it isn't one of my pirate gangs doing it.
Well, you have them now, so.
Very true.
I suppose whichever pirate faction is dealing with these drugs, it's their loss.
Considering how close it is to the pirate kingdom, as it were, it's a bit of a surprise. Unless
You make it seem like there are not other pirates in the world also traveling the waters.
Yes, but given your level of power, I kind of figured that people would not want to mess with your territory.
Are they in my territory?
I would assume so, given that we're only a few days away from your city.
We are 3 days away from my city.
That's a few.
Given that we are 3 days away from my city, that means that we are 3 days away from my jurisdiction.
I see. Very well then.
You seem to think that my name has sway across the globe.
Less across the globe, more in an area around where you call home. But I guess your sphere of influence is not as large as I thought.
It is only as large as where I am.
Very well.
So with this, it is close to the afternoon. What's everyone doing?
It's once again trying to get used to to sitting or standing still in the sway of the ship.
Roll athletics, I guess. You're slowly getting the hang of it. You're not quite an expert yet, but you're slowly getting there.
Aha! Me, I'm getting. What do you call it? She looks over at the pirate. What do you call it?
Experience.
No. I know that people on the water have special legs.
Water legs.
Yes, I am getting my water legs.
I'm getting my water legs for boats. My boat legs.
Legs, as it were.
I'm sorry. I'm chuckling at Oddle. I cast Detect Magic. It's not magical. I use Divine Sense. There's nothing here. I check for a false bottom. I said there's nothing there.
Weren't you the one that laughed at me for believing you?
I never laughed at you. I told you never to believe me, which I do stand by.
Bruh. Then why you laughing at me for following your advice?
Because I can.
You're a jerk.
So, what's everyone else doing with their free time?
Hopefully not drugs.
Why not?
This is your brain. Now imagine I am slapping a frying pan with an egg. That is your brain on drugs. I will not answer any questions.
George, gonna try something different.
Okay.
Because why not? Rather than meditating, he's gonna try to. He's gonna try to test something. He's gonna see if he can. What am I looking for here? I guess similar to how Adel summons fire in her hand, or can like channel dark ether, he's just gonna try to pretty much channel radiant energy into his hand to see how it goes.
Roll charisma. You see a divine spark within your fingertips as you will slowly begin forming a radiant ball within your hands.
As soon as he does this, he is then going to try to concentrate on keeping it maintained as best as he can.
Okay. Roll wisdom.
Yeah,
The answer- The answer to your question, not very long.
Yeah, that's fair.
You start trying to hold it, but the call of a seagull distracts you, and it causes the energy to fade.
Fucking bird. Then clap his hands and stand up, and eventually let's look around, see what everyone else is up to.
Hubert is standing around Adelserde. What's everyone else doing?
just be looking out at the ocean.
Okay. Hello. I'm just waiting.
Sorry, everything went silent on me all of a sudden for a little bit.
It's because I'm waiting for people to tell me what they're doing, and everyone's just being silent. I presume staring at their screens. I already know what Beastie and Adel Sarday are doing. And George, but Otto, Scalodius, Jubilee, and Aurelia. I need to know what they're trying to do to pass the time.
Jubilee's just kind of vibing near LV. Making small talk.
I want to experiment on something on the ship.
Which would be?
An inanimate object.
You find a mop bucket.
Do I find any sand or anything?
Sand?
Yeah.
No.
Anything else in the area I'm in?
You find a mop near the mop bucket.
I want to search for something that I can like try and age. Not a person, but like an inanimate object.
What's wrong with aging the bucket?
What would happen? It just molts, I guess.
Probably. But I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference in sand aging.
Well, it turns into a rock eventually, like a big rock. Not the big rock, but a little rock. I guess I'll try and age the mop buckets
Okay. How are you doing this?
with my hourglass.
How are you going to invoke its powers?
What are the switches on top doing right now?
Their little symbols are presently swirling in green.
And green was forward, right?
Green is present. Red is forward. Blue is backward.
I'm gonna
As far as
slightly
you can tell.
shake my hourglass while pointing it at the bucket.
Roll a D100.
Bucket self-destructs.
Let's see. As you shake it towards the bucket, the water you were watching slowly slosh in it as the boat ricked back and forth. Just stop.
Wait, what did it do?
The water is no longer sloshing within the bucket.
I'm gonna slightly like shake the hourglass upwards then instead of downwards.
Roll a D100.
Oh. Oh boy.
Huh.
Did we
All
win?
right.
I rolled a 100. I rolled a 1 and a 100 in the same day. That's kind of crazy.
The dichotomy of
Sort of like,
man.
I can say.
Miss Otto was walking up as she was doing this. I don't know if anything would happen to him.
This is going to take me a minute. Hold on.
Oh, that's crazy.
Something
I did not
either really
expect
good or
to-
really bad is about to happen.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
It's about to turn this bucket's about to go on an adventure.
We went from fighting a lich to fighting dinosaurs. Cool.
This boat's about to turn into a fucking spaceship.
Hopefully it's not a whisper only kind of thing.
Change the whole campaign with 1/100 rule.
I'm back, and what the hell did you do?
Time traveling.
We're about to find out.
She rolled a 100 on the D100 table for fucking with the hourglass.
Oh my god. So, are we even on a pirate ship anymore? Are we even on an ocean anymore?
As I've said, I am. This is going to take me a minute, so you're going to have to give me a tick.
Take your time, no problem. You know, manipulating reality is, complicated sometimes. This is why you never give somebody ADHD the ability to manipulate time.
That's what I'm doing, and I was like, I felt bad, so I came up with something to do.
Yeah, and then you rolled an 100 on a wild magic chart to manipulate reality.
It's not a wild magic. Time
Listen,
is
we gotta
a
figure out how the
idiot.
artifact works.
Yeah, I have to use it.
This is freaking Mark with the gun all over again.
Yeah, that's how Mark figured out how to use the gun.
Yes, unfortunately, the method of finding out is fucking around.
I mean, that's how the saying goes, right? The
Alright.
problem.
You have to fuck around to find out.
Well, see, the problem with this is fucking around and finding
Wait,
out
what
is
happens?
fine,
What happens?
unless it's manipulating reality.
For the remainder. Oh, actually, hold on.
Oh no.
That's like a nat 20. Something good. Come on.
Roll a D4 plus 1.
D4 plus 1.
Yes.
That's how many levels you lose.
D4.
It's how many heads you sprout.
I'll just do 1d4 because I don't plus 1. I guess maybe I can just add that to the string. 3.
As you shake the hourglass, you see all of the sand in it suddenly turn green as sand begins pouring down from the top into the bottom and from the bottom into the top.
What the fuck did you do?
You feel a rush go through you as everything seems more intense and the world around you very briefly seems to be going in fast forward, reverse, and remaining stationary all at the same time. And after the rush of time, you receive these 2 benefits I'm about to post for the next, what'd you roll? 3 days.
3.
3 days.
Also obligatory.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh boy.
sweet. That's sick.
Oh, but we're not close to the destination, are we?
We're 3 days away.
No!
Hold on. You are 2 to 3 days away.
Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ. You really are the water though now. Oh my god, School always has the tower he can use like that. Colodius can do roll.
I need to get that Boon of Nirvana for LV so that she can have a plus 22 and a plus 20 to her intelligence and wisdom saving throws.
As you come back to reality, and more importantly, come back to the present, you do feel that something has changed about you, even if only temporarily.
Whoa.
Does anyone else taste green?
Else is going to slow
That tasted
down.
purple.
What did
What
you
purple
do?
tastes like?
I don't know. I shook my hourglass again.
You mean the thing you promised me you weren't going to do?
Yes, but I did it again.
Well, it'll just rubs her face. So what changed this time?
I don't know, but I feel pretty good. I always feel pretty good, but I feel pretty good right now.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, and I saw a bunch of like time realities or anything, but that's fine. You don't need to hear about that.
Right.
If I may, Adel, actually, what happened?
What do you mean?
Like, what did that do to you?
I just feel really good.
Oh. Well, like I was saying, how are we supposed to ever figure out what this thing is if we don't actually use it?
I just feel there must be a safer way to experiment with it without, you know, affecting us or things other than.
I have a possible solution. I don't know if it'll work, but because this seems to be an artifact of considerable power. I do not believe my methods will be enough, but I could try.
Okay.
Give me an I, give me a D, give me an I identify.
I presume you're casting Identify.
That's what I said.
Alright, as you try to cast Identify, you see the rune suddenly change blue as, right as you finish doing the hand motions to cast Identify, your hand motions go into reverse and your spell is given back to you for casting it. As it
Oh.
appears, as the hourglass itself rewound time to prevent you from identifying it.
You hear the somatic components, like the magical. No, you hear the verbal components being said in the typical way that she speaks, and then all of a sudden it rewinds and she starts speaking backwards, and she just stops. Oh, fascinating. Clearly, it doesn't want me to do that. Okay.
Doesn't seem like it, but have you tried like using what's it called? There's a term for it with like the magic that people have within themselves or wizards normally use.
What?
You may need to be more specific.
I got. Oh, I don't know why I'm confused on this. The weave.
The weave?
The weave.
Jay, have you been playing too much Baldur's Gate 3 again?
I might have. I'm not sure if the weave is actually a thing in like D&D or not, but
The weave is a thing in D&D. The weave may not be a thing in this because it's homebrew.
okay.
Because each realm you go to has its own god of magic.
Okay.
The ley lines is a thing.
Dad,
Huh?
how do you identify an artifact that doesn't want to be identified?
That means it's sentient.
Yeah, so.
I mean,
Wait,
that's
what?
That's
Have we tried
if it's
talking
good-
to it yet?
If it's going out of its way to prevent you from identifying it, that means it's sentient and doesn't want you identifying it.
that's true. But what I was also saying was that even if we can identify what it does, we can at least try to have an understanding with it, or Aurelia can. So I was saying if you can somehow, I guess, try to focus your magic and attune to it, maybe you can communicate with it and understand it better.
Some magical items are powerful enough to have an ego and a voice, so maybe you could actually talk with it.
I feel like we'd be the best of friends.
Possibly. You never know until you try.
Okay. I'm gonna sit there and try to talk to it. Oh, Mr. Aurelia's hourglass. How do you do?
It does not reply.
Sup, bitch. Wait, what?
Guys, I don't think it's working.
Maybe you're not speaking its language.
Did you say that out loud?
Fine, I'll speak its language.
What are you doing?
I was holding my breath. I was trying to mimic it not talking to me.
I mean,
That is the opposite of language.
maybe if you tried communicating with it mentally rather than with your voice.
Are you just... Is that a nice way of telling me? Fine, I'm gonna go somewhere else then.
Well, no, I
No,
meant
no,
more or
that's not
less
what
like
they meant.
I meant more or less like, you know, like telepathically. Like maybe that's a way to speak to it.
Julia just looks at the hourglass and speaks to it telepathically. Hello, can you understand me?
Does not reply.
I'm gonna go somewhere then. I'm gonna go sit.
Okay.
What
There are
language
some
do
boxes over there.
Fae? What language do Fae speak again? Say it all
Sylvan.
Sylvan.
Here's the weird thing about it. It should still be able to understand me because it's psionic mind.
Yeah.
God does
I
not
don't have
want
to share a
speak to
language.
you.
But it could be that, or it could literally not be able to speak.
One or
maybe,
the other.
maybe it just doesn't want to.
I'm trying to talk to the hourglass telepathically, like attuned to it.
It
Arguably, I'd be pulling a prank here.
you do not feel it trying to respond to you. You feel a presence, but you don't feel it trying to respond to you.
I feel like we could be really good friends if you talk to me. And I'm trying to show off in front of my friends because I don't know how they feel about me right now. They don't really like me. I'm trying to, you know, show them that I can be cool or whatever. And they're not helping Mr. Hourglass or Mrs. Hourglass. Or neither. You know, you can take your time. I'll be here. You have a lot of time. What's your favorite food? Maybe? Or leaf color?
It continues to not reply to you.
Okay, I'm just going to sit.
Unfortunately, sitting and waiting will not yield much as it continues to simply not reply.
Okay, fine. I can cross my arms too. I'll sit here and not say a word.
Are you attuned to that Aurelia?
Attunes to it?
I do not believe she knows the attunement processes.
Alright. Sit with it for... Right. Okay.
About an hour.
Yeah, how long does attuning take? Is it a short rest?
Oh,
or...
I've already done that.
Oh.
Maybe it just can't speak. Or won't.
It's his sentience, so it must be
I
aware
wouldn't
of
say all
our
that.
attention.
I felt something, but it just doesn't want to talk.
Perhaps it's only in a,
Maybe it's shy of you guys.
maybe it's only a link that is, oh god. What's the word where you can only feel someone's emotions but not actually its words?
An empath?
An empathic link, yes. Funny how I forgot
Oh, Aurelia's hourglass. What is the vibe?
It could also... How long have you had that hourglass? Obi asks, pointing at you.
She's gonna begin counting on her fingers.
She was trapped in time for an unknown amount of time.
For a very long time.
It could also just be semi-sentient.
Or was it a short time?
It could
And
also...
strange.
It could also be a situation of you're more or less a stranger to it, so it's not going to talk to you yet.
After all that time in time?
Who's to say that time actually passed? Obi says to this. If she was locked outside of time or within it, that means that time was neither progressing nor going backwards. She was more or less stuck in purgatory.
Yes, but her perception of time moved forward, so wouldn't the perception of the time of the artifact move forward as well?
She also perceived time going backwards and mentioned that she herself was going backwards and people were talking in reverse and seeing multiple timelines. There's a high likelihood that she was stuck in a moment in time until she finally got here. More than likely thanks to that thing, he says, pointing to the hourglass.
But then how long was she stuck in a moment in time?
A second, a minute, an hour, 525,600 minutes, who knows?
Yes, that's my point. Surely it
reference.
must have been a while. Reference?
But
Was that how many minutes there are in a year?
Yep.
Alright.
the point is that if they haven't actually known each other for a significant period, then there's a chance that it hasn't gotten comfortable enough to talk to her yet.
I guess we'll just have to wait for it to come out of its shell, so to speak.
How cute.
Okay.
An
I have a
artifact
lot
to
of
shine.
time.
So you keep saying.
Kind of like Lee.
Oh yeah. She'll reach into her cape and pull out Bleed.
Glee is presently hiding in its skull shell.
She'll say in Spider, "Hello, little one."
It will sit there for a little bit before tapping back a very timid hello.
Aw.
I'm not here
Yes,
to
it
hurt
also-
you.
It looks at you, but continues to hide in its shell.
She'll give a small wave.
It stares to this. It doesn't seem to understand what that is.
Oh. She'll tap. That means hello.
Hello.
I like that Lee's like twice the size of Birdie, but so much more shy.
Gentle giant.
Yep. She'll then put Bleed back in her cape where it's safe.
Okay.
Must protect innocent child.
Not going to do the same for the jumping spider.
She will pull out Bertie.
Hello!
And she will tap in Spider, "Look, I can speak you now."
The birdie will look at you, waving its front leg, and goes,
And goes, "What?"
Hello?
"Oh, you guys can't hear me?"
Nope.
Nope.
No.
He's looking at you and going, "Hi."
Aw.
You are so
No.
adorable.
Notable. He said that.
Wait, what?
He didn't tap it. He said it.
Oh.
You could talk?
Oh. You
Yeah,
can?
Why haven't you been speaking?
because
Because?
Where they at?
yeah. I don't know. People get weirded out when I talk.
She slowly looks at Hubert and back to Bertie. I see I named you very accurately.
The place I come from, people don't like talking spiders.
Well, those people are foolish. You're an adorable spider, and the fact that you can talk is amazing.
I'm a cute spider.
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
Elvie's like kind of watching from like the distance away, and like for the first time ever, she's got like the big wide googly eyes.
Oh, then very, very, very gently pet Bertie with one finger, and we'll put him back in her cape.
As you reach down your finger, he just reaches up and touches your finger with his two front legs.
Oh my fucking god, that's so adorable. Adel almost like melts into a puddle of awe, but she keeps her composure, puts Bertie in her cape, and then melts into a puddle of awe. Spiders are the cutest things ever.
Elvie's gonna walk over to Adel and just lean in and just say, "That may have been the cutest thing I've ever seen."
Spiders are adorable.
But yes, Birdie is an awakened spider, and part of awakening is allowing him to speak. He's just not been talking.
What a troll.
What a lovable little turd.
I will say though, way back when I checked y'all's passive perception, and none of you heard him, but every time he casts Firebolt and scorches a fly, he says "Shablamo."
Bruh.
Aww. Shablamo!
That's his way of casting Firebolt. Is saying "Shablamo."
That's adorable! Yeah, LV's perception, or passive perception is pretty good, but it's not, like, great.
Now, given the fact that he is very tiny spooter, he is very good at stealth.
Yes, he's a very, very good boy. Well, that was wholesome as fuck. I love that.
Everybody liked that.
Everybody liked that. Thorgrim is gonna take Rocky off his head and just say, "Don't worry, buddy. You're still the coolest."
Rivet.
Damn right.
Rivet.
Yes.
I also love how I canonically made it because Thorgrim cast the spell. He has a frog that says the actual word rivet.
Yes.
Like, he's not croaking. He's literally just a big frog that says rivet.
Yeah, and like the most like gruff voice ever. Ribbit.
Because anytime someone casts Find Familiar, I make the familiar take on aspects of the person who casts it, and I felt this was the most fitting for you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Who's a cute little buddy.
Rivet.
Yeah. Damn right.
And as he says rivet this time, he reaches up and places a hand on your nose.
Yeah. I'll place a little finger on like where his nose would be if he had one. Boop. And like he'll turn to Scalodius with Rocky's little foot on his nose and says, "Look, we're bonding."
Rivet.
Damn right, bud. And then not to be left out, Melvin kind of looks down at Gladstone in her arms and just sort of gives him a little kiss on the forehead and says, "I love you."
Okay.
Love you too.
Okay.
And just sort of cuddles with him for a bit. We're the Fractured Shards crew. We love animals. We're cool.
Yup. Spiders, frogs, and geese.
Yes.
I forgot that this is an actual line from the Shrek book. Shrek decided to marry whatever this thing is. No priest would officiate it because God hated Shrek for being alive, so they used a crocodile.
What
Holy
in the
shit.
God's name?
Oh my god.
That is mean.
That's so rude.
That's a hell
Wow.
of a sentence.
An official Shrek.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
God hated Shrek for being alive.
Alright. So around this point, it's getting into late afternoon.
Sweet.
And the weather overhead is beginning to get cloudy.
Hell looks up. They're about to storm.
There's a potential for it. question is, will it be an actual rainstorm or only a windstorm?
Well, burn your hands, Rodriguez.
Very true. I suppose we will. I will keep an eye on it, and we will find out.
Do we have anyone who is capable of controlling the weather with magic?
Yes.
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 Excellent. Good to know.
But I have a feeling if they wanted to, they could have gotten rid of the storm. Right.
Okay. I am waiting to see how it turns out. If it turns out to be unfavorable, I will more than likely use my magic to make it favorable for us. Besides, whenever it rains, that gives us a chance to collect fresh water.
That's a fair point.
Given the water around us is not exactly drinkable. Except to camels. Camels can drink it.
What?
What? Yes, camels drink salt water. Their kidneys function at such a high rate they can drink salt water and actually remove the salt from the water and be hydrated from it.
Sweet.
I learned something new today. Thank you.
Camels do not care. They just want water.
I didn't ask how much salt was in the water. I drink.
I said I cast drink.
Every other animal on the planet. I can't drink salt water. I'll die of dehydration. Camels. Water is water.
Stop being picky. Glug, 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 glug. Stop being picky, sticks face in water.
Actually, Animal's going to look up at the towards her end somewhere.
Okay.
Rodriguez, is that... Does the storm look normal to you?
As normal as any other storm would be. Why?
I guess I'm just overthinking things.
You have a tendency to do that from what I've seen.
That's more George's problem.
I think you both do it in a steady amount for it to be normal.
She rolls her eyes. No.
Though, to be fair, that is always a concern that we should have on the high seas, because if there is someone in our midst who can control weather to make it better, there should also conversely be worry of someone who can control it to make it worse.
I can control weather
Yes,
with magic.
she tried to do that when she first arrived.
Well, you kept bringing it up, so I figured I'd say something.
Oh, I'm very impressed with your abilities. Do not get me wrong.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
See, wrapped in my heart of flattery. I'm blushing.
At any rate, keep an eye on it, just to be safe.
Of course, as any good captain.
Got it. And she's just gonna stare into the sky.
Roll a con save.
See how long she'll
Absolutely.
last.
The sun's bright, yo.
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
And the clouds aren't fully covering the sun yet.
Oh. Wait, don't I have double whatever?
Only for saving throws you're proficient
Saving
in.
throws, okay.
And I don't believe, the sun hurts your eyes when you stare up at it.
Oh.
Ow.
So you are unable to
How
keep
are you
an eye on
supposed to stare at the sky?
Typically, you do not.
But you said keep an eye on it.
It was a figure of speech.
There's no figure anywhere with you talking.
So, as the weather begins to get, or as the clouds begin to get a little bit darker, you all will begin hearing a distant sound of thunder. As Rodriguez says, unless you wish to get drenched, I would recommend going below deck.
You're not going to get rid of the storm.
I'm going to make the storm more beneficial for us. I will make sure that it does not capsize us, but as said, we use the rainwater to restock our water supplies. So, I have to allow it to rain.
Very well. Ada will head downstairs.
Yeah. Go do the same. Then Otto and bring Hoppy down to do the same as well.
Yep. Thorgrim's gonna hit. Oh.
He's staying going downstairs. She's standing up there.
Okay?
Yeah.
You have been banished.
Elvie was also going to lag behind. She would eventually go downstairs, but she would take her time.
Okay. Who all is going downstairs now, then?
Yes. Yeah, and yes.
Aurelia is gonna watch the storm.
Okay. I have 3 staying above deck.
Otto, for a second. As he walk you down, be like, actually, I think I've been on a ship while it's storming, so this will be interesting. And he will walk back up.
Okay. What about Thorgrim?
Thorgrim's going down because water means wet beard.
And George.
George is going down.
Be banished.
Banishment.
So, all of you have decided to stay above deck while everyone else has gone below deck.
Elvie will find a spot that is devoid of people and is going to lower to her knees and is going to, as she hears the thunder rolling, begin a prayer to God.
Okay.
Otto's going to go sit on top of the barrel.
He's going to remain on top of the lookout, just staring up at the storm, arms folded.
As you stay up there, you watch as the pirate with you will pull out a rope, tying it around their waist as she tightens it to the mast on the edge of the crow's nest.
Beastie will do the same.
Smart idea, otherwise you'd have toppled 30 feet back down deck.
Yeah, I fell farther than that.
Did it feel good?
He shrugs.
Right. And as she says this, a lightning bolt will streak across the sky as it begins a torrential downpour, with Rodriguez beginning to cast magic.
I want to help him.
Okay.
Now, will you actually help him?
Yes.
He is casting control weather. He is going to keep the rain, but he is going to make it to where the gale-forced winds are coming from the back of the boat and hitting the sails, allowing them to travel faster.
I do the same thing with my rod pointing at it, and I smile at him while holding my hat to make sure it doesn't fly off.
Alright. And the rest of you are beginning to get soaked to the bone.
I'll have to realize like how much he's getting will eventually like, yeah, this is becoming a bit much. And he will start to make his way down.
I would recommend changing out of your clothes immediately, good sir.
Yeah, I will.
You don't want to suffer foot rot after all.
I don't have a change of clothes. I'll figure it out.
We can rectify that.
Okay.
Once Elvie is pretty much drenched, she'll stand up and she'll walk back inside.
As you stand, you see Ricardo walking along the deck, his face up to the sky, as he seems to be letting the water run across his face. He seems to be enjoying the rain.
It is quite lovely.
Of course it is. It is a life nourishment falling from the sky. Without it, the world would shrivel and die and dry.
Indeed. I consider this storm a blessing from the one I followed. So I wanted to remain within its embrace for just a little while.
I take it you mean the old war god of old.
Indeed. And she will brandish her holy symbol.
According to the old text, if you're ever lucky enough to find them, thunder were said to be his war drums.
Indeed, I wanted to hear them ring so that I could be emboldened for the journey ahead.
As you say that, you hear a clap of thunder overhead, to which Ricardo says, "Looks like you heard them."
Our journey is blessed. Now that I am sufficiently soaked, I think I'm going to head inside. I would rather not catch a cold after all.
I would not fear of catching the cold. But you do be sure to change. You don't want to be wet after all.
No, absolutely not. And she will bow respectfully and will retreat to the lower decks.
As you stand from your bow, he just winks at you.
She winks back.
Alright. And that leaves Beastie and Aurelia.
I'm making sure the storm magic goes through.
The storm magic has worked.
Okay. Mr. Kitty Man, I don't have change of clothes.
He smiles to you and puts two fingers in his mouth as he whistles loudly. As a lady pirate will come up to you, does a hand motion for you to follow, and heads below deck.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kitty Man.
You're welcome.
Just gonna hear her walking along.
Black, 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 black.
Alright, Squidward.
And Aurelia and anyone else who needs it will be given a very, albeit standard and mundane outfit of a shirt and pants, but at least they're dry.
The shirt is so big on me, look! I'm so small. It's
Same.
like a blanket.
I feel like I'm like a robe, little scholar robes.
Elvie will gratefully take a change.
You're one of them smart scholars. Tell me about something smart.
Well, there's multiple different types of dragons, other than the dragon like Pip. apparently there's multiple, like you said, there's multiple timelines. There's multiple possibilities for things to happen.
I
Not
see
sure
them
if
all the
they're the
time.
same thing, but go hand in hand. Yeah, it'll eventually go off about like the possibilities that he see and things like that. Also
You,
talk about the books.
Hubert will reply, percentages are reversible. 16% of 25 and 25% of 16 are the same thing.
Exactly. He'll keep going on explaining. Eventually, he'll probably get to the part of when they went to like the library that had all the knowledge in it.
Knowledge?
Oh. Yeah, there was a library that kind of had books on pretty much anything you could think of in it. That's where I found a couple of spell books in it. Found out about my mom and dad. Found out how I was going to potentially die at some point. Um, a lot of different stuff. Pretty much anything that you could think of or wanted to find. I was kind of tempted to challenge the guy so I could have control over the library, but then I realized I probably wouldn't be able to leave if I did. Maybe that.
That's
Ooh, that's actually.
crazy.
Yeah, maybe the. Maybe that. Wait. I'll think for a second and be like, it actually might have information on that artifact. Maybe, who knows?
What's artifact? Oh my god, I forgot I had it. Sorry.
Your hourglass?
You mean this one? Shake, shake, shake.
Julie's just doing more book copying research.
L is warily looking at Aurelia, but we'll just go take a seat somewhere comfortable. Yes, here.
You'll just probably hear Otto once again going off about the library and different things that he knows about.
I'll leave them to their conversation.
But you seem like you're book smart. What do you know about? Talking to Aurelia.
What did you say?
I asked what are some things you know about.
About?
Anything. Like I said, you seem like you're book smart, so
I know about time. I know about lots of. Like, did you want to know something in particular?
I guess I'm curious about something. If time is kind of able to be messed with and changed and go forwards and backwards, does that mean that it also can change fate as well?
If it can change fates? It's gonna change fate. She's gonna tilt her head to this.
I guess, like, for example,
What if
I'll be-
destiny is just time's to-do list? You ever think about it that way? Or can we erase things then?
I'm not sure. It's a very interesting way to go about it. I don't know. I always thought I was messing with time when really I was just changing the possibilities of things.
I mean, you should think of time like a page, right? And your ink, so you can scribble harder. Or a little less if you want to.
Things Aurelia has compared time to a river, an ocean, a cat, and now a book.
I guess that's fair. I mean, it did seem like every page I turned on my book was like a new time of my life. So, although I didn't try writing in my book, but I don't think that would have been a good idea.
Yeah, that's where you create a paradox.
River Ocean Book. The River Ocean Book Cat.
Yow.
Is there anything else you wanted to know?
I was in the Feywild. I've never been there before.
How was it in my home? Normal. This is all weird. Like all of this. Even these clothes are really big. Like, really big. And it's a lot more like shiny. And pissy. And you can get turned into a teapot if you really piss someone off.
Oh.
So it's pretty normal.
I guess that would be pretty normal for the Feywild, because I heard it's all pretty chaotic by our standards.
Yeah. No, I think this is all weird. I'm gonna be honest. What I'm used to is normal.
I mean, that's fair. I'm normally used to being chased down by goblins and seeing a bunch of random monsters when I was in the wilds.
Yeah.
Nice talk. We should talk again sometime once we actually, I guess, get through this storm, I guess?
Okay. Wait, what do you mean get through it? I mean, we're going to get through it.
Well, that's why I said when we get through it.
Duh.
Alright. Does anybody have anything they want to do before closing?
Shake my hourglass 16 times.
No!
Mother
You
of
can do-
mercy.
You can definitely do that if you want to, but we're gonna be here a while.
Shake the hourglass 17 times. No, I don't want to.
Alright.
Yeah, if you did that, Adel was probably gonna sick Hubert on you.
I want to
I don't think
reverse
she does look-
time.
Alright. Well,
Actually,
That's-
can I
Yep.
just do one quick thing?
you sure can.
Thorgrim is gonna pull Rocky off of his head.
Ribbit.
He's gonna look at him.
It's gonna
Just
eat him.
Can you see anything else other than ribbit?
Ribbit.
Itch.
Can
No,
I
fuck
insight
off.
Rocky to see if he's lying? See if he's, actually. I want to know if he can actually say other things, and he's just fucking with me.
You can incite the frog, yes.
I insight the frog. I
is-
don't know.
He is a frog.
Yes, this frog is made out of frog.
Thorgrim's eyes narrow suspiciously, and then he just puts Rocky on his head and goes,
Eh.
The frog is indeed made of frog."
As your eyes narrow at Rocky, he just stares at you with his blank froggy eyes.
Ah, what a good boy.
Ribbit.
Damn right. That's all.
Maybe this is a spell to help with that.
Yeah, it's awakening. She wins. Wait, can Thorgrim talk to him?
I mean, I could, but
Yes.
he.
But it is a spell that he has to cast.
Yeah, and it does take a little bit, and it seems like a lot of effort for just talking to a frog.
Fair enough.
But I did think about it. Probably could be fun. Might do it
Same.
before I go to bed sometime.
George's walking by. It's just like, are you saying he's not worth the time?
Thorgrim's eyes
George
narrow.
says that and keeps walking.
Thorgrim's eyes narrow. All right, you know what? Fuck it. And It's gonna take Rocky to where he sleeps, and is going to, at some point, whether we want to do it now or next session, is going to do the speaking with animal thing.
Okay.
Do we want to do that next session, or?
Yeah, we can do that next session.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, later, everyone.
I'm
Yes.
posting something I found in shit posting because I find it really funny.
I will see you guys next Thursday.
Alright.
Okay. Can't wait for you to shake it again and make things go crazy.
Hello.
I can't wait to roll a nat one. Oh my god.
You know, from this session, we are going to be at session 200 in 5 sessions.
Sweet.
That's awesome. Also, that image is hilarious, Jory.
Well,
We
well,
just at 100 like a little bit ago.
Well, someone does
We
need to
hit
change,
100.
and it's
And
not
it
going
is
to be
not-
me.
and it is not going to be me.
Beep boop.
Gonna be May.
I like the pretty dress. One of you must change.
We hit session 100 on June 13th, 2023.
So it's not gonna be
I'm
May.
there for that?
Dang it.
No, wait. Yes.
Oh shit.
And session 0 was February 6th, 2021. Hey, thanks for watching the video until the end. If you want to see more of my stuff, click on either the vids on screen or check out my YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and check the description for more places to follow me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be seeing you.